Surprisingly, I've been getting a lot of off speed early. I'm sure that's just how it is in this league. Maybe they didn't know I didn't have a spring, so. But it's baseball, so it's nothing different that I haven't seen in any other league. But yeah, it's been a lot of off speed early here.
Now you live in Florida, correct? And spent your off season there. What was that like?
I'm from Florida, born and raised in Archer, little town outside of Gainesville, so pretty much Gainesville area.
Big Gators fan?
Oh yeah. I've had family members go there and play ball there, and I was gonna follow suit, but took the baseball route instead.
Yeah. Football, I assume?
Yeah. I signed to go there to play football. Yeah, I had an uncle and a cousin go there and play, and went to the NFL.
Good stuff. And I saw that you and your wife have a tourist company, and you guys run out. Is it Surrey's? Is that correct?
So we have it's called Florida Fun Bikes. It's a 16-passenger party bike. It's like a bar bike of sorts. We pretty much do pub crawls and things like that of that nature. A lot of birthday parties, graduation would have been a college town where groups just want to come out and have a fun time in a different way in Gainesville. We definitely cater to.
Well, it certainly sounds like fun. Where did the idea come from?
My wife, actually. She was looking for things to do for one of her friends for a birthday party. They were going, I forget where they were going, but she saw it and she showed it to me. We were looking to start something up at some point, business-wise. And when she showed it to me, I was like, oh, that'd do great in Gainesville. And we pretty much just jumped on it.
Well, it sounds like you know the area well, born and raised there, and you're making the most of it with the bikes. Derek Robinson back in the lineup tonight in the leadoff spot. Derek, best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, that was Derek Robinson with Matt present on our pregame here this evening as the Revs get set to host the Bluefish. And you heard there, Derek, the big Gators fan, he was a standout football player, a corner that Urban Meyer had recruited, but chose to go in the MLB draft, fourth round out of high school by Kansas City, and excited to see him in the leadoff spot for the third straight game here tonight. We will take a timeout on our pregame players out for warm-ups. We'll have the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Mark Mason joins us next as we get set for first pitch. Here shortly, Logan Williamson against Rainey Lara here at Peoples Bank Park tonight on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
This is Dustin Hawkinsmith with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. and after Revs games for the Keystone Kickoff Show. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK for the Keystone Kickoff Show. Brought to you locally by your neighborhood SureSave Markets.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
But last Thursday and Friday, we're looking at Golden State differently than we are today. The end was a good result. But then I wonder, did you want them to win? I don't know nationally if we look at them the way we did last year. An embraceable story, still love Steph Curry, the way they play, that style. Were you looking at Oklahoma City and saying, hey, it'd be nice to get them into the finals again? Maybe, Durant, maybe he and Westbrook get a title. I don't know if you were rooting for or against, but I'm still fascinated by watching Golden State. I love the style, and that style is not for everyone. Although, I'm curious what the record for threes attempted and made in the NBA Finals for two teams, because we're going to break it this year. Golden State and Cleveland.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Break out some IDs.
That's just good radio.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Can't get enough of the birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
Well, Mace, coming in tonight, the good news is only 4.5 back, and we've talked about that before, but I know you really want to see this team perform better in a lot of areas. It's not just one thing, is it?
That's correct. We really need to perform better in almost every area. It seems when we go bad in one area, it kind of multiplies in one game, and next thing you know, we make errors and then we don't hit, and so we just compound our problems sometimes with by creating other problems for ourselves. So we need to get refocused here and put on a better show than we've been putting on. We have a losing record at home. That's unacceptable. Last year we had the best record in the league at home. So we know we can win here. And this group of guys is either going to be a group that will win here, or I'll bring in a group that will win here. And we need to do a better job for our fans and in general.
Unfortunately, in Game 2 last night, it was really the one bad inning that cost everything. And it started, with a couple of well-placed hits, unfortunately, but then with the control and everything, and Westfall's been pretty consistent with his command. What do you think was going on there where he just kind of lost the feel for a few hitters?
It's hard to say. I think at some point he was having some issues with the landing on the mound. Maybe it was a little bit wet. It looked like he slid a little bit on a few pitches, not on all of them. But I just think it was one of those situations where he kind of lost it and he couldn't find it. 7 runs with 2 outs is obviously significant. But he's been really, really good up until yesterday, so that's just very uncharacteristic of him. And I would say that's more of an exception and not the rule. So I would anticipate that he'll be back on track next time.
Another thing that's been really uncharacteristic, unfortunately, Pounds with a throw here the last 3 games that's gotten away, and occasionally in a bad spot during the game. He's been so reliable for you at third. Does it ever become like, you miss on one and then you overcompensate a little bit, and is that maybe going on with him?
Well, it's hard to say. You'd have to ask Brian that, I think, but to his credit and, to the credit of our defenders when they're out there, we had some long innings yesterday. We were out there for a long time, and sometimes if you have a slow-paced game, which unfortunately we do have a lot of slow-paced games in between pitches, it's cold and wet, and I know it's cold and wet for both teams. But when you're out in the field for that long, it's almost like you start to fall asleep out there. It's not a crisp played game, and sometimes, just standing around like that, you'll get some errors, and I think that's pretty much what you saw yesterday, especially in the second game.
Well, on the bright spot, another really good outing from Victor Mateo. Unfortunately, he's still looking for that first win, but he's done his job every time out, hasn't he? Definitely.
He's been outstanding all year. I don't know what his ERA is, 1 or around 1, whatever. Which that's incredible for a starting pitcher when you're going through the lineup multiple times. So he's done his job. It's just our offense has to pick it up in a big way, and we're 21 games in now, so the patience of mine is starting to run a little bit thin here, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of adjustments or guys trying to make them, so that's starting to frustrate me a little bit, and so we're going to have to start picking up the pace here, or I'm definitely going to make some moves down the road, and that's just kind of the way it is. That's the nature of the beast. Everybody knows that. If you're hitting 200 and you're comfortable in this clubhouse, that's probably not something that you want to be. So we need to refocus and kick ourselves in the ass a little bit and get going.
Well, one guy that definitely has done that is Tejeda, and not only hitting the ball to all fields, but hitting it with power to all fields. Was that a significant adjustment that he made, or is he just heating up as he's gotten a few at-bats under his belt?
I just think it's a product of, we've been telling him all along how he's going to get pitched in this league, and something we try to tell all our guys that, but some guys evidently know more than we do. So I just think that he has come to an understanding of this is how he's going to get pitched, and I think he's made a good adjustment. And obviously he's a really good hitter, so when he gets locked in, which he seems to be right now, the home runs are to right field and all the hits are to right field. So he has a clue of what he's trying to do up there and what they're trying to do to him. So that's all a good sign for him. And we need some other guys to jump on board with a change of approach and see if we can get a little better production.
Well, lastly tonight, you've got Logan Williamson making the start, and the outing last weekend when he came back from that calf injury. You were pretty impressed with what he did coming right off that really didn't miss a start, but at least pushed back a couple of days and looked pretty good getting back out there.
He did. I mean, it actually surprised me a little bit just because calf injuries are so tough, and especially you get the cold and the cramping and the soreness, it kind of gets in there. And you're trying to land and push and use your legs when you pitch all the time anyway, then running over and covering first base on some ground balls to the first baseman that he has to go over and take care of the bag. So he did a lot of running around in Somerset that day too, and I was real pleased with the way he was able to get out of that.
All right, Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. And Matt, one other piece of news today, we didn't get into it with Mace, we had a bunch to talk about on this show, but this is a significant piece of news. Manny Corpus back with the team, re-signing today. He is available for tonight's game, and of course a former major league closer who pitched well here in a variety of late inning situations last season. So the bullpen has been a strength, and they have further bolstered that here today.
Yeah, certainly. I think two things you mentioned in that vein are important. One's his experience and his veteran leadership. I think when you have a team that's struggling and you can bring in someone like that who hasn't gone through the struggles, isn't down on themselves, but has the experience and knows what it takes to get it done in this league, it can be really important. And then you talk about his experience on the field, a really good season last year for York and 34 appearances in ERA under 3. So certainly a big piece to the puzzle, and it's good to have him back.
And the Revs, of course, also do have Jose Arredondo under contract and is expected here at some point. But Corpus arriving yesterday, active for tonight's game. He will wear 41 as he did last season. And as we get ready here, the lineup cards have been exchanged. Logan Williamson has completed his warm-ups, a couple of more minutes of warm-ups for the position players as they get the field ready. Just a little bit of standing water on the warning track areas, but it'll be a little sloppy tonight, but otherwise we'll get this one in, which, looking at the forecast coming into the weekend, did not appear to be the likeliest of scenarios. Well, with that said, time for our starting lineups tonight, brought to you by Flying Feet. For Bridgeport, they will have Luis Hernandez at shortstop leading off. Hitting second is Jose Cuevas playing at third base. Alberto Callaspo at second base hits third. Cleanup man, first baseman Sean Burrows, who comes in leading the league in hitting, now up to .375. Jonathan Galvez in left field will bat fifth. Daniel Fields, the center fielder, is hitting sixth. Tony Abreu DHing, he bats seventh. Santiago Nessie will catch again and hit eighth. And Osni Guillen in right field bats ninth. Again, Hernandez, Cuevas, Callaspo, Burrows, Galvez, Fields, Abreu, Nessie, and Guillen for the Bluefish. For the York Revolution tonight, they'll line up like this. It'll be Derek Robinson in left field to start it. Angel Franco at second base, bats second. Isaias Tejeda hitting third and playing first base. Michael Burgess in the cleanup spot, and they'll move him into right field for the second time this season here tonight. Joel Guzman will DH and bat fifth. Luis Allen does the catching, hitting sixth. Brian Pounds at third base, batting seventh. Ryan Dent, the shortstop, hits eighth. And Travis Witherspoon in center is batting ninth. Again, Robinson, Franco, Tejeda, Burgess, Guzman, Allen, Pounds, Dent, and Witherspoon for the Revs here tonight. Revs introduced, they will take the field. A rainy downtown welcoming them out. Wonder how he smells. Like a wet dog. And another big contingent of Little Leaguers as part of our Field of Dreams team here tonight. Logan Williamson is surrounded by a bunch of them at the pitcher's mound. And that brings us to our final pregame break. First pitch for game number 22 of the 2017 season. Rebs and the Bluefish will have it for you coming up next.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Hey Rebs fans, get points or great rewards just by supporting your team through the new Revolution Rewards program. Use the new York Revolution app to receive and earn points for ballpark food, store discounts, stadium tours, and more. Available through the Apple and Google Play stores, the York Revolution app also features team news and exclusive content, contests and promotions for Revolution prizes, online ticket purchases, live game streaming, and more. Download the York Revolution app today. Free stuff by supporting your team? That's Revs time.
Hey Rebs fans, now's your chance to win big with the Rebs and Shipley Energy. This season, during every home game at Peoples Bank Park, it's the all-new Shipley Energy Grand Slam inning. Each game, one inning will be designated, and one name will be selected as the contestant. If the Rebs hit a Grand Slam that inning, you could win $5,000. To enter, stop by Fan Services and fill out your form, or enter via the York Revolution app or YorkRevolution.com. Sign up today and win big with the Rebs and Shipley Energy this season.
Okay, here we go, people. This is The Herd.
Where are you again?
With Colin Cowherd.
Steph Curry won a unanimous MVP. And I do feel there's an anti-LeBron movement to some degree. And who votes on the MVP? Sports writers. Often 5'8", 5'7", 5'9". They're small like Steph Curry. And you say to yourself, that is outrageous. But don't we relate to people? Why do smaller players in the NBA sell more shoes than bigger players? Because kids relate to them. Isn't it reasonable to think that the media who gave Derrick Rose an MVP, small guy, Steph Curry, only unanimous MVP, small guy, they kind of relate to him because they like basketball? Steve Nash got 2, small guy. The voters are short. They're small. They're small people. They relate to Steph. They relate to Nash. They relate to Derrick Rose. They don't like LeBron. LeBron's big and powerful.
This is The Herd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Rich Eisen.
I might be the mayor of the follow-through challenge. I like it.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Donaldson steps up to the plate, and Phil Hughes sends one right in his direction, backs him off the plate. Then the next one is behind Donaldson. The difference between Draymond Green kicking his leg out on a jump stop and a pitcher who can put the ball on the black that he is so far inside off the plate on one pitch and then the next one's behind him. How many pitches do you see behind people in Major League Baseball? Not very many. And this is a guy who is part of back-to-back home runs to start the game. These unwritten rules need to be written down. They need to be written down and codified before people go crazy and get hurt. It is 2016, and the beanball stuff needs to stop, and so does the showing up. And now Josh Donaldson apparently stared into the Twins' dugout. Time to roll.
This is The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
John Butler is the executive director of Pop Warner Football. When did you start considering getting rid of kickoffs in Pop Warner?
It really started in 2010. We were the first national youth sports program to mandate our own concussion rule modeled on the Leicester law. And then in 2012, we were the first football organization to limit the amount and types of contact allowed in practice. So we made those steps. We have actual research done by Daedalus Corporation showing that we've made the game significantly safer, and kickoffs tend to have a disproportionate number of injuries versus plays from scrimmage. So we're doing this at our 3 youngest age levels, and we will examine it over the course of the season and see how it goes.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Break out some IDs. That's just good radio.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Out here at People's Bank Park on Columbia Gas Emergency Responders Night, our national anthem concluding, and a pregame ceremony honoring a couple of fallen local first responders here tonight, and families on hand. The Prospect Hill Cemetery on hand for the occasion as well, and the American flag hanging over right field that is draped from a fire engine, the crane lifted with the flag from the crane out over the right field clubhouse. The colors being marched off the field as we speak. We had a performance of taps prior to the national anthem as well, and I think I recognized the voice on the video, the tribute to a couple of our local fallen servicemen here tonight. I believe I knew who put that together, Matt.
Oh, yeah? Who's that?
Yeah, I believe that was Matt Prezant. Or Matt Present. Nice job.
Thank you. It was one of the tougher things to do, to be loud and emphatic about something somber. And Joe Baker, our video guy, did a tremendous job putting the piece together. He got footage from the cemetery and the shrine that was featured here, and he did a tremendous job, and it looked really nice. And I was glad to be a part of it.
Well, very nice touch, nice tribute, terrific pregame ceremonies tonight on Emergency Responders Night, which has been an annual thing here at People's Bank Park. And we will get the ball game started roughly 20 minutes late with the conditions here this evening. Unfortunately for this particular Saturday night, the weather not the best, but we will have baseball here this evening, which earlier in the week we thought that might be a difficult thing to pull off. But Logan Williamson going through his warm-ups, 0-1 despite a 2.92 ERA in 3 starts. And Matt, the Revs with a couple of starters looking for their first win despite having pitched well. Victor Mateo certainly at the top of the list, 3 earned runs in 4 starts. Williamson a little bit different. His first start, only 3 innings. The second one, 2 outs shy of a win due to the calf injury. And then on Sunday, they didn't score for him. But overall, you've got to be really happy with what he's given you coming back after a year off.
Absolutely, and I think that certainly didn't want him to have that calf injury, but Curtis Parks did a nice job stepping in for him, and I think if you look at his numbers in terms of how long he's been out there, going 3 and then 4 1/3 and then 5, I think that's pretty similar to how Mark Mason and Paul Fletcher would have pushed him along anyway, coming off a year of not pitching. He's respectively gone 49, 62, and then 88 pitches last time out at Somerset when he went 5 innings and allowed just 2 earned runs. So let's see if he can take it a step further here. And we've mentioned the starting pitching has been good. The bullpen certainly has followed suit for the most part of late. And at the same time, you do want those starters to go deeper and deeper into games as the season moves along.
Overall, 12 1/3 innings, just 9 hits allowed, 5 runs, only 4 earned. Opponents hitting .205. And in that second start, in those 4 1/3 innings, he only gave up 1 hit, 1 run, a solo home run. Light drizzle, really barely a mist, but still coming down as we get this game started tonight. Our Dasher Investment Services first pitch on the way to Luis Hernandez, and it's right down the middle for a called strike. We are underway. 6:51 our start time, officially a delay of 21 minutes. Pitch is high and wide, and it's a 1-1 count. 53 degrees is our game time temp tonight. So if you like that sort of thing, it's a beautiful night for you. It's the 1-1, and a grounder to third, past Pounds, trying to pick it off the wet grass into left field, and Hernandez on to start the game. Hit it sharply, kind of an in-between hop, and Pounds simply a reaction play as it skipped by.
Yeah, a little topspin, little skid action on the grass. It got right at the end of the grass before meeting the dirt, and Pounds had only one play, and that was the in-between hop that you alluded to, and it skipped right past him.
Now will be a hit for Hernandez, who hit it sharply, and Jose Cuevas up next. Revs in the home whites tonight, Bridgeport in the road gray. Now Williamson out of the stretch, working with Luis Allen this evening, and Cuevas asks for time and takes a step out. It takes them a moment to get together on the first sign with a runner on, and Cuevas shows bunt, and he bunted after it. It's a strike. Pitch was down and in, but he committed, and it's 0-1. Plate ump tonight is Bill Reuter making that call. Chris Engstrand at first, Mike Williams the umpire at third base. Revs trying to snap a 3-game skid here tonight. There's the 0-1, and a swing and a high fly in left. Derek Robinson getting a read, now backing up, settles under it, tiptoes back in, and makes the play. Cuevas, a towering fly in left, and maybe just got under it, but it is the first out of the evening.
Well, there are a lot of balls out here at Peoples Bank Park with that tall wall in left field that you wonder if they have the height. That one had the height, but not the distance.
Alberto Callaspo up next. Sean Burrows cleaning up, leads the league in hitting at .375. Callaspo tied for second at .358 with Lancaster's K.C. Hobson. Williamson the pitch. He swings and yanks a foul off to the third base side. Way early on that. Callaspo, 2 home runs. He hit one of those 2 in Game 2 last night in the first inning. He's second in the league and on base as well, .441. Pitch to him, and a swing and a grounder pulled foul, third base side through some puddles. No balls, 2 strikes. We're in a gray evening at the ballpark. Williamson tapping the cleats against the rubber.
And Callaspo out in front on 2 severely. Logan Williamson should try to slow it down even more.
Setting up in is the 0-2, and a ground ball foul. A little bit closer to the bag, but down the third base side again. 0-2 it remains. Callaspo, who's got the hoodie available to him under his jersey, but not using it under the helmet at the moment. It hangs out over the back of his jersey. Another 0-2, and a swing and a foul tip to the backstop. And we'll do it again. Bridgeport, after the performance last night, second in the league in hitting at .282 as a team. Only Lancaster has hit better as a unit, .293. Bluefish second in runs at a little less than 5 per game. Now Callaspo, the hand up, asking for time and backing out. He certainly has an impressive resume, 10 years in the majors. Williamson the pitch, and a swing, a ground ball to short. Right there's Dent to second for 1. Franco the turn, inning over. 6-4-3 double play, and Logan Williamson with a scoreless top of the first. No runs, one hit, nobody left. At the end of a half inning, it's the Bluefish nothing, and the Revs coming up.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
I just like to say that y'all rock, man.
Is Tom Brady now suspended?
Yes. The Associated Press says appeals court rules Patriots quarterback Tom Brady must serve 4-game deflategate suspension.
Fritzy, call for Tom Brady.
I'm on it.
And if not, Giselle. And then Robert Kraft. He's got 4 months here. What can he do in 4 months here with an appeal?
This is basically where we were last year.
Yeah.
Dan Patrick.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
No score. Revs come to bat against the appropriately named right-hander Rainey Lara for Bridgeport, the Bani Dominican Republic native, 26-year-old, 6'4", 240. He's a big boy. 1-0 in 3 starts, a 3.38 ERA for him. 18 2/3 innings, 20 hits. Opponents batting .282. He's given up 7 runs in his 3 starts, 4 walks, 10 Ks. And it has been solid for them early in the year. Bridgeport, the highest team ERA in the league, only .422, but that is the highest for a low-scoring start to the season across the board. But Lara's been a solid one for them. Derek Robinson to lead things off, hitting at .250 as he digs in from the left. Open stance. Back pocket hangs out. First pitch fastball is over for a strike. Lara will be in the high 80s from reports over his career. Here's the 0-1, and a swing and another foul off to the left of home plate. And if he still has the same stuff, slider, changeup is the report on him for the secondary pitches, sometimes a 3/4 arm slot. And now steps off. Robinson, the front foot all the way, the heel on the outside line of the box, wide open. Pitch is down low, 1-2. He's probably looked a little more comfortable left-handed than right early in the season, but one of the Revs' switch hitters. Franco to follow, he is as well. Pitch is down and in, he dances out of the way, 2-2. Robinson, Franco, Tejeda here in the first inning tonight. Derek kind enough to join Matt on our pregame chat earlier. 2-2, and he swings, loops a foul out of play, third base side. Back in high school, when he was coming out, we talked about his football prospect status, but in baseball, he ran the fastest 60 ever at the Perfect Game Showcase. He swings here and sends one in the air foul down the left field side again. And a good first at bat, making Lara work. Was rated the fastest high school base runner in the country prior to the '06 draft. Broke Justin Upton's record in the 60. Another 2-2 and a swing and a miss. Lara wins the battle Fastball at 89, about knee-high, a foul tip squeeze. And there's one away. I'll bring up Angel Franco. Franco coming in 279 with a homer and 8 driven in. Early in the year, a lot of shortstop, but once Dent moved into the lineup, it's been second base every night for Franco. First pitch is a little high. Franco held hitless in yesterday's twin bill. 1-0, and that misses high and away. Lara, who signed with the Mets on Halloween 2009, began his career in the Dominican Summer League and came to the States in 2011. He deals, and it's off the plate away, ball 3. Last year he was at Double-A Binghamton and also 2 outings at Triple-A Las Vegas. Fires home, missed up and away, and Franco walks on 4 pitches. So he's a 1-out base runner. And maybe the hottest hitter in the league coming up. Right now, we'll pause for a station ID.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Revs with a man on, and Isaiah Tejeda coming up. Now leads the league in slugging at .623. And on his 7-game hitting streak, hitting .464, 4 home runs. Those all coming in the last 5 games, and 7 driven in. First pitch, up and in. Tejeda, home run in 3 straight. Yesterday, both games of the doubleheader, he hit one oppo onto the lawn in right center. Became the 4th in Revs history to go yard in both games of a twin bill. Overall up to .328 with the average, 7th in the league. Pitch is a fastball called strike. 5 total home runs is 1 off the league lead. And now 11 RBIs, 1 behind Pounds for the team lead. Revs had Matt Esquivel in 09, homer in both games of a doubleheader. Dre in 2012. Eric Patterson in 2013 was the most recent to do it. As Lara checks in on Franco over at first. No score, bottom of the first inning tonight. Lara set with it. 1-1, and a swing and a foul back to the top of the net. In his career in the Mets system, his whole career spent with New York's organization, 44 and 34 with a .366 ERA, good career numbers. He's been at AAA briefly each of the last 2 years at Las Vegas, teammate of Chase Hutchinson. Now time asked for by his catcher Nessie as they maybe rethink the approach with 2 strikes. He's been an everyday starter at Double-A the last 3 years. Pitch that misses in the dirt, skips away, back to the backstop. Franco moves up. It'll be a wild pitch. Big turn at second as Nessie's back to retrieve it. A runner at second with 1 out, 2-2 the count on Tejeda. Revs an early opportunity tonight. And after last season, Lara also appeared in 5 Venezuelan Winter League games. Magallanes Navegantes. Here's a swing and a foul tip, and that nailed Nessie on the side of the face mask. Ricocheted up high behind the plate, but he barely even flinched. Seems to be fine. Field looks good. Some saturation on the warning tracks, but the fact that we were only delayed by 21 minutes, pretty good here tonight. Now Lara ready, the 2-2, and a shot on the ground at second, bobbled by Cayaspo, picks up, throws to first, and there's 2 away. Could see the rainwater shoot up as that ball went through the grass. Franco advances to third base with 2 outs. And Tejeda hits it sharply again, just the wrong direction this time. Michael Burgess will try to get the run home with 2 away.
But once again, he gets up on that plate, tries to find a pitch away that he can drive, and hits it hard the opposite way. That's where his power's been lately, his home runs to right center field.
Here's Burgess, who hit one oppo last night in the first inning. Over the arch nemesis, his second home run of the year. Hitting .273, he's driven in 9. And trying to get a first inning run home. First pitch is in the dirt, almost hit him in the feet again. It's blocked by Nessie, who made a run-saving play, scrambling to his right. Keeps Franco at third. Burgess was hit low on the legs, maybe the shins last night. In Game 2, he was on base all 3 times, a homer, a single, and then the painful way with the hit by pitch. Playing him in right field for the second time this week. Revs with a couple of outfielders banged up. There's the 1-0. Oh, down by the ankles again, and this time it hit him. And Burgess hit in the feet again, chucks the bat aside, heads to first. And it'll be first and third for Joel Guzman. And once again, he gets beaten up. 2 in a row down near his feet. There's no way Lara's trying to go that far in. If he misses the feet, that run's going to score, but he had 2 in a row that missed badly, and that one got him. The Revs without a hit, but they have first and third, and Joel will try to spot them the early lead. Another thing with Burgess in right, it allows Allen, Tejeda, and Guzman to all be in the lineup too. And here is Guz. First pitch is down and away. He misses with 3 straight to that side. Backhand pick made by his catcher, who already has saved a run with a block. And now Lara tossing in for a new ball. I think Bill Reuter requested a new ball since that one was in the mud at home plate. Now the righty set. Here's the 1-0. And he missed outside. He's consistently missing and yanking it. Guzman hitting .246, 2 homers, 8 driven in. Franco at third, Burgess at first. Hitters count to work with. Pitch is down and away again. And that would be 5 in a row. It's a 3-0 count.
And if you're the Revs here, not just Guzman, but collectively, you have to be very patient, at least take a strike. Let Lara work himself into trouble, because right now his upper body is going way faster than his lower body.
3-0. And he finds the corner there. Same corner toward which he'd been missing, but he got this one in the zone. 3-1. Guillen and Wright running in place to stay loose. Another chilly night, damp. 3-1, and a swing and a miss. He kept it away with the fastball. Guzman trying to drive it, came up empty. A full count. Burgess will be on the go here from first. Now Lara the stretch. 3-2, and it missed outside. He walks him, and the bases are loaded. by way of 2 walks and a hit batter here in this first inning. And Luis Allen will look to capitalize. The Revs in Game 1 last night stranded 10. Only 4 in Game 2, but this would be a big lift if they could jump on top early tonight. Trying to snap a 3-game skid, and 6 in a row at home, which I don't think anybody saw coming after the 3-0 home start.
And if you're Allen right here, not only do you have to be patient, but I'd take a step closer to the plate. All of his misses have been outside corner or further off the plate. So get up on the inside edge and look to drive it to right center field if you get a pitch to hit.
Allen at 250, 4 driven in. They set up way in on him. Pitch is swung on, hit in the air, in left. He got under it though. Galvez under it and now tiptoes in and makes the grab. And I think Allen was close to barreling that ball, but just got under it. And the Revs leave them loaded. No runs, no hits, 3 men left at the end of a half inning, or at the end of a full inning, I should say. It's 0-0 here at Peoples Bank Park.
Runners know the challenge. It's not the uncompromising weather. It's not the pounding repetition. It's not knowing how to dig deep as you start the climb of that last hill. For runners, the challenge is the discipline to keep running. Flying feet. Casual runners, amateur runners, hardcore runners, no matter what level runner you are, Flying Feet Sports Shoes is with you every step of the way. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear and properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear, properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. And that holds true whether you're training or racing on roads, tracks, or trails. For those searching for that discipline, Flying Feet provides the latest shoe innovations, the accessories and equipment, and the inspiration to keep on running. Greg Baum and his staff have the knowledge and the true understanding of what running is all about. As one local runner put it, Flying Feet is family, and all runners are welcome. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
The Hammer, Hank Goldberg. How is Don Shula? Can you tell me anything about him?
Coach Shula came home from the hospital. He's had 2 separate stays in the hospital. He looked a little tired, and Mike said they had changed his medication, that's why. But he's home now, and I believe he's doing better.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. For local sports on your smartphone, search WOYK at the App Store.
No score, we go to the second inning. Logan Williamson going through his between-inning warm-ups, but it's going to require some more dirt on the mound. Joe Morgan bringing the turfus out and applying some dry dirt. Well, the forecast earlier in the week was just terrible for tonight, and then earlier today it looked like by game time there would be 0 rain, but we're playing in a steady mist or a light drizzle, whatever you want to call it. Williamson actually reaching down with his pitching hand to grab some of that dry dirt as he loosens up here between innings. He allowed a leadoff single to start the game, but then a fly out and a double play. The Revs, meanwhile, in the bottom of the first inning, loaded the bases without benefit of a hit, but could not cash in. Rainey Lara got Luis Allen to fly out. Now Williamson will face Sean Burrows leading it off here in the second inning. Burrows with 30 hits already. Leads the league and leading it with a .375 average as well. 1 home run, 9 driven in. Well, Williamson ready. His first pitch of the inning is just off the plate away. No score through 1. Williamson had a 10-pitch first. He fires, and there's a strike. Mentioned last night, these two teams will face each other a bunch in the middle of the season. There's a swing and a bounce foul behind the plate. The Revs tonight playing their 19th game against a Liberty Division team. And they've only played 3 against their own division, so there will be opportunities to climb the standings. Here's a swing and a jam shot loop, shallow right center and in for a hit. Burrows loops it in. Williamson was ahead of him, but he's off the hook as he bat handles it into center, and there's his 31st hit of the season. It's just on fire right now. Here's Jonathan Galvez, who homered in Game 2 last night. Doubled in the first one. He squares to bunt and bunts foul behind the plate. One of their top power threats, but Luis Rodriguez having him bunt there, and it'll be a tough night to field those, I would think. The conditions. Galvez, who hit 4 home runs against York last season. And pitch to him, that's outside, a changeup. Last night, hitting one in his first day against the Revs this season. Pitch, he takes, it's a little bit low, 2-1. Overall, hitting .273, 4 homers, 12 driven in. On to 2-1, and a swing and a dribbler softly to third, Pounds charges, gloves, throws on the run, and got him. Nicely done by Brian Pounds, who had to charge and then throw a wet ball. Burrows goes to second with 1 out.
And we've mentioned Brian Pounds' struggles in the field of late. Sometimes it's a play like that that can get your confidence back, and you're going to make that play because you don't have time to think about it. When you struggle, oftentimes it's because you're thinking about the play. Last night being an example where he had plenty of time, thought about it. That time he had to pick the short hop and throw on the run, and it was on the money.
Burrows at second with 1 away. Daniel Fields digs in. Lefty on lefty matchup. Williamson dealing with a leadoff single in each of the first 2 innings. First pitch here is just off away. You got a double play in the first. The ground out here advancing Burrows, so we'll likely have to do it without the help of a double play this inning. No score in the second. And the 1-0, swinging a foul tip straight back. Fields hitting .303, 3 home runs. Tied for second in the league in RBIs with 18, along with Lancaster's Sean Halton. And it's another Barnstormer who leads the league, Caleb Gindel, who's got 20. 1-1, and a little high. Maybe it's a good thing, Matt, that we're not seeing the Barnstormers until June the way they're hitting right now.
It's funny how that scheduling works. It's so much to do with when you see teams, when you're hot, when they're hot.
There's the 2-1, and a swing and a miss. Kept it down. It's been that way for years. There's really no perfect formula to balance it chronologically. Fields, who is second in the league in strikeouts. 2-2. And a cold third strike, a 2-seamer that ran back. Could hear Williamson grunt on it. It started away, came back to the corner, and he's got his first strikeout of the night. It's Fields' 30th of the year, which now ties him for most in the league despite hitting over 300. 2 down, here's Tony Abreu. The DH for Bridgeport, switch hitter bats right. Hitting .238, 6 driven in. And the first pitch is up a little bit. Williamson trying to keep it scoreless here early. 1-0. And a liner toward the middle out of the reach of Dent's dive. Witherspoon's got it. Burrows being sent. Throw to the mound has to be cut. Tejeda has to cut it. It was a bit off the mark. Burrows in to score, and it's 1-0. Tony Abreu, an RBI single. Dent laying out to his left, but the liner sailed out of his reach. Now the Bluefish have scored first in all 3 games in this series. And here's Santiago Nessie. The Bluefish catcher Jose Hill is banged up, and Nessie caught both games yesterday. The long doubleheader. I think Bill Reuter just brushed it off the plate to avoid the embarrassment of having to let a member of his crew know where to line up. Runner at first, 2 outs. Pitch to Nessie is over for a strike. Williamson took a little off and got it over. Nessie hitting 186, a home run, 5 driven in, had a big 2-run double in game 1 yesterday. The 0-1, and that missed inside. The Bluefish a 1-0 lead, 3 hits here in the first 2 innings. Williamson delivers, and a swing and a miss. Nice changeup. And Nessie reaching out for it, and it wasn't there yet. 1-2. Bridgeport really doesn't have any available position guys due to a couple of injury situations. It's the 1-2, and that missed away. We saw Abreu last night, the runner currently on, not able to score in a base hit and not running all that well. So probably why he's DHing instead of in the field and playing through something himself, perhaps. The 2-2, swinging a fly ball, right center. Michael Burgess on the move toward the gap, and he's there, backing up from right, puts it away to end the inning. But the Bluefish strike first tonight, a run on 2 hits, 1 left. Bottom of the second, it's 1-0 Bridgeport.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local and national sports. The Big Sports Talker also has you covered with news throughout the day. Catch statewide updates on news and sports from Radio PA. Stock reports with Your Money Now, mornings and afternoons. And national news updates every hour from Westwood One. Stay up to date while getting your sports fix all day. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
One 0 Bridgeport. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Brian Pounds will lead things off for York. Darrell Henry along with Matt Present from People's Bank Park tonight. Pounds, Dent, and Witherspoon here in the bottom half of inning number 2. Pounds at 219. He hit his 3rd home run last night. First pitch of the inning is up high. Light drizzle continues to come down. He had played pepper with Daniel Fields in center last night. Finally hit it where he couldn't catch it. He swings here and fouls one up and back over the roof. Really put good swings on it throughout the evening. A couple that were hit particularly hard and then homered into the playground. 1-1. And a breaking ball in the dirt, skips behind the plate. Our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest tonight. One lucky fan could win that prize pack if the Revs go yard again. Done it 5 straight games. Pitch here is drilled to center field. Fields, though, drifting back, and he's there waiting on it. And once again, Pounds hits it right down the middle of the fairway. But there's Fields in deep center, one down. What are you going to do? You're supposed to hit it to the middle of the field.
They could put all 3 guys out there.
Now tonight, Chuck Uchef is our contestant, so Chuck, good luck. You knew your time was coming. Here's Ryan Dent. He swings and belts one to center field. Fields on the run again, and he's there. Cruising over into deep right center. And once again, there he is, haunting the Revs on well-hit balls in the outfield. Here this weekend, Dent put a charge into that one.
So now the key for Travis Witherspoon is to take a pitch or 2 quick outs. Lara struggled in the first inning. You don't want him to go 1, 2, 3 quickly in the second.
First pitch here, he does watch, and it is a called strike. Lara 2 walks and a hit batter in the first, but got out of it without giving up a hit. There's the wind and the 0-1. Swing and a fly ball right field. Guillen backing up. This one carrying over his head, and it one hops the wall. And Witherspoon hustles into second, standing with a double. The Revs with their first hit of the night. And he sends it the other way, and it carried through the mist and right over Guillen's head, who I think was a little surprised at how well it took off.
It did, but a nice job by Travis letting that ball get deep, going with the pitch, and his average might not be where he wants it to be, but the last few games it looks like he's seeing the ball better, having longer counts, worked a couple walks the other night.
Now Derek Robinson will try to bring him home and provide an immediate answer. Bridgeport a 1-0 lead. And Lara with the pitch, up and in. Robinson raising the arms up. Struck out in the first after a pretty good battle. Fouled off a handful of pitches, but eventually went down. There's the 1-0, and that's a smidge high. So he can be selective. 2-0. Robinson with the big league experience you would think would be a good candidate for the top spot in the order. It had been Alonzo Harris, but he's down for the moment. 2-0, and he swings, fouls it back. Robinson at Sioux City in the American Association last year hit .313. Was tied for second in that league and on base percentage and steals, 4th in OPS. The 2-1 swing, he got jammed, pops it up though foul, and we'll live to see another one as that finds the seats. Third base side. 2-2. Alonzo Harris could be a little bit longer than we were initially told after being examined yesterday. There's a bird just flapping and hovering in front of our booth. Pitch is down and in, 3-2. I'm just glad it didn't have a full stomach when it did that. So Robinson, a full count. He gets deep in the count for the second time in as many trips to the plate here tonight. Witherspoon the lead from second. And the 3-2 missed high. Robinson walks. So the Revs with 2 men on. And Lara walks his third in the first 2 innings. Angel Franco will look to cash in. Well, Matt, he was on the verge of a quick inning, but the Revs now making him work again, and hopefully that'll turn into some production at some point tonight. Hopefully right now.
And hopefully that patient approach continues, because it's what's given them base runners to this point.
This will be his 40th pitch. And Franco swings, but got under it. Good swing, but it's a pop-up in shallow right. And the second baseman, Cayaspo, is out. He puts it away. Well, he geared up looking to launch the first one. He fooled me a little bit with that swing, and it ends up being a pop-up caught out in shallow right to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 men left. We go to the third, still 1-0 Bridgeport.
Take it from me, guys. You want to make life happier? Your wife wants a nicer lawn. The kind of lawn you see on Home & Gardens and Martha Stewart. Here's a hint. You're not alone. Call your pals at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. They've got a way with lush lawns that the ladies like. And as you know, happy wifey, happy hubby. Winky face. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. World-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
Nurturing imagination, creativity, and innovation since 1990, Creative York is a non-profit art center located in historic downtown York, featuring 3 art galleries, pottery studios, art classes for all ages, and several community outreach programs, such as their award-winning Art in the Parks program. Registration is currently open for summer art discovery camps, and don't miss their Chili Bowls ice cream fundraiser on June 17th. For more information, visit them online at creativeyork.org.
Can you sit up, little guy? There you go. What a big boy. Whoa! Every time he grabs my maple donut, it pulls him over to one side. But he keeps on grabbing at it. Whoop, there he goes again. Wait, let's see how this works. Here you go, little dude. Here's another maple donut. Can you grab it? Well, there you have it, folks. Charlie's right. A balanced baby needs a maple donut in each hand.
Maple donuts taste right.
York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350. WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
One nothing Bridgeport. And as we go to the third, had the inflatables between innings. Doug Epler serving as on-field man here tonight. Great job hosting, and the Revs first base dugout enjoying the collisions. We've had players in those in the past on special occasions. Osni Guillen leads off, grounds the first one to first base, and Tejeda up with it. Steps on the bag, a 1-pitch out for Williamson. As Guillen went up there hacking, and Tejeda coming up with that in-between hop, handles it cleanly.
Well, you mentioned the players in the inflatables. They took them out today when the pitchers were first arriving, getting loose, and Ryan Dent went in one, Melvin Mercedes in the other. And boy, did Ryan Dent go flying.
Luis Hernandez, he takes a strike. Sorry, I missed that. Hernandez singled his first time up. Williamson the pitch, and a change-up a little low. He was erased on a double play to end that first inning, but Bridgeport scoring on a 2-out hit in the second. They lead it 1-0. Pitch is laced foul past Luis Rodriguez, coaching at third. Hernandez, an interesting Revolution tie. He came up with the Orioles, made their opening day roster in '08, But in 07, his first big league hit and RBI came off a future Rev. There's a pitch inside. 2-2. It was right-hander Dewan Day. I'm not sure if Revs fans would even remember. He appeared in maybe 3 games in 2010, but was with the White Sox at the time. Hernandez faced him at Camden Yards. Swings and fouls this one off first base side. That was his second career big league game, and he drove in another future Atlantic Leaguer. He was in the league just 2 years later, Jay Gibbons. He then played with Long Island. Another 2-2, and a changeup fouled off. So Hernandez putting up a fight. Last year with Bridgeport, he struck out less than once every other game. So he's a good contact guy. Leading off for them, battling here. Pitch is up high, and he works it all the way to a full count. In the big leagues, he was considered an all-defense guy. He's projected to be their starting shortstop, but ended up battling for playing time. As he grounds this one to third, Pounds has it cleanly, fires across, and there's 2 away. Another ball hit through the wet grass, but right at Pounds. He ended up battling with Brandon Fahey for playing time at short. Miguel Tejada had been traded to Houston during the offseason before, and that's what opened up the shortstop opportunity. At 2 down, here's Jose Cuevas, who flied to left his first time. First pitch is right there for a strike, a changeup from Williamson to get ahead. 1-0 Bridgeport here in the third. There's the 0-1. And a swing and a miss. A cutter tailing in toward the hands. Williamson looking for his first true 1-2-3 of the night. Nods yes. Here's the wind and the pitch. And a breaking ball bounced foul over toward the third base dugout. Williamson last Sunday, 5 innings, 3 runs, 2 earned. Pitch here is just inside, a 2-seamer that he tried to front door to the right-hand hitter. 1-2. Got up to 88 pitches in that start. Now fires, and a changeup got him. Swing and a miss, and Logan Williamson, his first true 1-2-3 inning of the evening. Had one in the first, but with help of a double play. And he has his second strikeout of the night as well. We go to the bottom half of the third, still a 1-0 Bridgeport lead.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great Best Jet products from your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party planners with $18.93 deli items. Best Jet hot dogs go great with Best Jet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple Best Jet Rising Crust pizzas with 12 packs of Best Jet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with Best Jet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Hey Revs fans, now's your chance to win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy. This season, during every home game at Peoples Bank Park, it's the all-new Shipley Energy Grand Slam inning. Each game, 1 inning will be designated, and 1 name will be selected as the contestant. If the Revs hit a Grand Slam that inning, you could win $5,000. To enter, stop by Fan Services and fill out your form, or enter via the York Revolution app or YorkRevolution.com. Sign up today and win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy this season.
Can't get enough of the birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews, plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
One nothing Bridgeport, bottom of the third. The Isaias Tejeda leading things off. He grounded out to second base his first time tonight, but hit it hard again, smacking it the other way, just right at Cayaspo. But he continues to be the Revs' top opposite field hitter at the moment. Burgess and Guzman to follow. First pitch from Lara is over the outer half, a called strike. Tejeda, who'd been in the Yankees system his whole career before York. Lara in the Mets system his whole career before Bridgeport. Set up in, pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Revs have stranded 5 through the first 2 innings tonight, only 1 hit. They had 3 walks and a hit batter, but of course the only hit came with nobody on base. It was the 1-1, and that missed down and away. Tejeda, the 7-game hitting streak coming in tonight. The longest by a Revs hitter thus far on the season. The 2-1, and it missed away. It's a good eye. As hot as he is, he's not jumping out and extending the zone, trying to go get the ball. That one was close, but he lets it go. 3-1. Now Lara to the plate, and that's down and away. Tejeda, the leadoff walk, the 4th walk from Lara out of the first 12 batters he's faced. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Wolf's Bus Lines, the Pretzel Twist, Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, Turkey Hill Minute Marts, Etline Foods, and D's Nuts. Here's Michael Burgess, who was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Down 1-0 here in the third. And the pitch, it's a called strike. Outer edge up around the belt. Lara was at 40 pitches through 2 innings. 0-1, and he came inside and got the call. Burgess a little flinch back, might have been looking away, and it's 0-2. Now ready, and deals, and a breaking ball grounded right to first. Burrows throws to second for the out there, back to first, and a double play. Tejeda tried to dupe them into a rundown, but Burrows did not bite on that. Didn't reach for a tag with Tejeda trying to draw him close. It goes 3-6-3, and the base is empty with 2 outs.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
What Tejeda did there. Started back to first on the ground ball that had already been thrown to second.
Unless he thought that Burrows might have stepped on first already. Here's Joel, and he swings and grounds one to third base. Cuevas juggles, picks it back up, and has plenty of time to float it across and end the inning. And the Revs end up going down very quickly with help of the double play. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Matt present with the play-by-play as we go to the 4th. Revs trailing 1-0.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Byron Scott, what do you want to happen? You want another break?
Do I want to coach back in India? Absolutely. Because I think, number one, that I'm a great coach. I can get the job done.
Well, you know, Jeannie has the number of a guy looking for a coach right now.
Oh, is that right?
What are your thoughts on the triangle, Byron Scott?
I think the triangle is a great offense if you got the right people to run the triangle.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
What's more exhilarating than playing $100,000 Club with top prizes of $100,000? Winning. On the spot. Yeah! So if you can't wait to win, then don't wait to play $100,000 Club, the new scratch-off from the Pennsylvania Lottery, for a chance to win up to $100,000 on the spot. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Keep on scratching. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Logan Williamson back to work on a dreary night here at Peoples Bank Park. It looks like the rain has stopped, at least for the time being. There wasn't really any on the radar, but it drizzled throughout the day. Tarp was on the field for a good part of that. 1-0, the Bluefish out in front here. Top of the fourth, Alberto Caspo, Sean Burris, and Jonathan Galvez to face Williamson. Caspo settles in, and the first pitch on the way, a fastball just off the outside edge. Williamson, a crafty lefty, delivers home, and Caspo gets under it, hits it high in the air and deep down the left field line. Robinson over towards the corner, but he's going to run out of room. That one might have had the distance. Would have been close, but about 10 to 15 feet foul. A long strike one. Caspo, a big day yesterday. 3 hits in the second game of the doubleheader, including a home run. Also singled and doubled in the first game, so a 5-hit day altogether. The 1-1 pitch, a fastball sails up and away. 2-1 the count. Williamson working quickly, the 2-1 on the way to Caspo, fouled back to the netting. I mentioned Williamson being crafty. He doesn't throw all that hard from the left side, and that changeup really going to be key this afternoon or evening as we move along. He got Cuevas on it, swinging to end the third. The 2-2 pitch on the way to Caspo, fastball misses away, and the count runs full. But in the first 2 innings of play, these Bridgeport hitters well out in front of his fastball, so if he can go soft away, he'll get them even further out in front. The payoff pitch on the way, swinging a ground ball foul again. Caspo out in front as he fouls it off towards the third base side dugout. His teammates pull it out from under the netting. Caspo third in the league in batting at .358. Payoff pitch again, down and in, ball 4. So Logan Williamson loses Caspo here to lead off the fourth. The first walk issued on the evening by Logan Williamson. So now it's Sean Burrows. So we go from the third highest average in the league to the first. Tough guys to face back-to-back in the order. Although for Williamson, he does get the lefty-lefty matchup with the first baseman. The first pitch to him, down and in, ball 1. Sun now starting to poke through. It's been a few days. We won't have a whole lot of it, of course, as it's nearing 8 o'clock. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball line the opposite way to left. Robinson over towards the line. He's going to let it bounce. He will play it on a hop and fire it back in. Stopping at second is Cayaspo. And 2 base runners aboard here to start the 4th. Off the bat, I thought Robinson might have a shot at it. It faded towards the line. Also, the wet turf out there, not the easiest to run on. So Robinson makes the safe play, holds the runners at first and second respectively, and that'll bring up Jonathan Galvez. As Darryl mentioned, the radar ahead of today's game earlier in the week did not look good, but it looks like the mist was all we're going to get, and the rest of the night should be good for baseball despite the cool temperatures. Galvez shows bunting. He gets it down third base side, pounds in to play it. The bare hand pick up the throw to first. He got him. A good stretch on the other end by Tejeda. But the sacrifice successful from Galvez. Cayaspo to third, Burrows to second on the play, now with one man down. So that'll bring up Daniel Fields. Fields struck out looking in the second inning, his first at bat against Logan Williamson. Revs will play the infield halfway here with 2 men on and 1 down, top of the 4th. Williamson gets his sign from Allen. And the first pitch on the way, Galvez watches it, or Fields, I should say, watches it down and in, ball 1. Fields 2 walks and an infield single in game 2 of the doubleheader. 0 for 4 in game 1 with a couple of Ks. The 1-ball pitch on the way, bounces in the dirt. Allen knocks it down, looks to third, and makes sure Cayaspo stays right there. Strikeout in the second inning, as Darryl mentioned, Fields' 30th of the season. Impressive to be hitting up around 300 where he is, despite those 30 strikeouts. In fact, he's 4th in the Atlantic League in runs scored, so he either gets on base or he strikes out. The 2-0 pitch to Fields, breaking ball, chopped slowly to first. Tejeda in, will come to the plate. Allen the tag, he got him. That was the only play for Isaias on the slow bounder to the right side. The infield was halfway, and Allen, the good tag at home to get Cayaspo for out number 2. Burrows to third on the play. Fields reaches on the fielder's choice, but now with 2 down. So the 2 Revs catchers teaming up on that one, with Tejeda now getting some more time at first base. Now the batter is Tony Abreu, a toss to first, and back in safely is Fields. Abreu, the lone RBI of the ball game, 1-0 Bridgeport out in front. And the pitch to Abreu in tight, ball 1. An athletic play, though, by Tejeda, manning first, coming in, throwing on the run with his chest to home plate. Allen applying the tag. The 1-0 home, reach for and popped up, shallow right field. Tejeda going out towards the foul line, battling and making the catch. He makes the play coming in, he makes the play going out. 2 fine defensive plays by Isaias Tejeda. And the Revs keep the Bluefish off the board in the 4th. A base hit and 2 men left heading to the home half of inning number 4. It's 1-0 Bridgeport on 1350 WOYK.
Need material handling equipment for your company's busy season? Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers a full line of rental equipment to keep you operating at maximum efficiency. Forklifts from 3,000 to 15,000 pound capacity, narrow aisle reach trucks and order pickers, electric pallet jacks, scissor lifts, and forklift clamp attachments. Daily, weekly, and monthly terms available. Call today at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438. And check us out online at midatlanticindustrial.com.
Nurturing imagination, creativity, and innovation since 1990, Creative York is a non-profit art center located in historic downtown York, featuring 3 art galleries, pottery studios, art classes for all ages, and several community outreach programs, such as their award-winning Art in the Parks program. Registration is currently open for summer art discovery camps, and don't miss their Chili Bowl ice cream fundraiser on June 17th. For more information, visit them online at creativeyork.org.
Hey Revs fans, get points or great rewards just by supporting your team through the new Revolution Rewards program. Use the new York Revolution app to receive and earn points for ballpark food, store discounts, stadium tours, and more. Available through the Apple and Google Play stores, the York Revolution app also features team news and exclusive content, contests and promotions for Revolution prizes, online ticket purchases, live game streaming, and more. Download the York Revolution app today. Free stuff by supporting your team? That's Revs time.
Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Home half of the fourth, Bridgeport ahead 1-0. 1 run on 4 hits, no errors for the Bluefish. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors for York. They have left 5 on base, though, through 3 innings of play. They've had the chances, both coming with 2 outs. But a little aggressive, I think, in the approach, as Luis Allen will lead things off in the fourth. Pounds and Dent to follow. Lara out there into his wind, and the first pitch on the way to Allen. Catches the outside edge for strike 1. Allen waves the bat, Lara to the plate. This time he misses outside, and that's been his miss tonight. It got him into trouble in the first inning, but he worked out of it. The 1-1 pitch on the way. And this one in there for a strike, down at the knees on the outside corner. Good spot there. And Allen doesn't want any part of it, but now down in the count 1-2. The 1-2 on the way. Allen checks his swing, appeal to first, and no swing, says Chris Engstrand. William Reuter behind the plate. Engstrand, I mentioned at first. Mike Williams at third base here in game 3 of a 4-game set. Count even 2-2 to Luis Allen. And the pitch on the way. He pokes it to the right side. Second baseman Caspo over towards his glove side, and a lob toss to first for out number 1. So here comes Brian Pounds. Pounds excellent contact the past 3 games now. Did have a home run last night, but deserves a higher average for how well he's put the bat on the ball. But Daniel Fields, the center fielder, reeling it in almost every time as he fouls the first pitch back to the screen. Fields shading Pounds a hair towards right field. Once again, the sun peeking through in right field right now. And the pitch to Pounds, a fastball off the outside edge. Not only do we have the sun, but we have a rainbow arching over the right field foul pole. The 1-1 to Pounds, fastball cued foul back to the netting. Pounds a little out in front of that delivery. And he's down 1-2. Open stance from the right side for Pounds. The 1-2 pitch from Lara. Down in the dirt, and Pounds lays off. The home run last night for Brian Pounds, his third on the season. Tejeda now leading the team with 5 in 3 straight games. Pitch on the way, and Pounds pops it up. Left center field, right center I should say. Over Fields as well as Guillen. It'll be Guillen calling and making the catch for out number 2. So Pounds finally gets it away from Fields, but got that one elevated a little off the end of the bat. And Guillen right there to make the play. 2 up and 2 down. So here comes Ryan Dent. Dent also a hot shot out to Fields in center his last time up. And the first pitch to Ryan. And it just missed down and away, ball 1. Lara really has a location that he attacks. It's the outside corner at the knees. Early and often, this time missing. And the 1-0 pitch on the way. This time he gets the call. Belt high outside edge. Count even at 1-1. Lara on the season, a 1-0 record, a 3.36 ERA. The 1-1 on the way to Dent. He fights it foul. Back our way and out of play. Dent on the season, a 220 average. 11 hits, 2 doubles, 2 driven in. An even stance from the right side. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Fastball down and away. Going to the backhand was Nessie. Nessie behind the mound, kicking the dirt off his shoes. Dent a single and a couple of walks across 2 games yesterday. And the 2-2 pitch on the way to Dent. Line drive center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Fields was shading the other way. He's over towards left center to cut it off. Dent digging for 2. The throw to second. Dent slides in safely with a 2-out double. Fields was playing well towards right field, and it cost him there. Dent laced it to the spot where Fields was playing his first time up, this time pulling it a little bit left of straightaway center field. And he put on the afterburners, getting into scoring position for Travis Witherspoon. So 2 hits for the Revs, both doubles. Witherspoon, who digs in, had the first, that to straightaway right. The first pitch to Travis, fastball down and away. Once again, if these hitters can get up on the plate, Lara has really only thrown it to one spot. He sets, and the 1-0 to Witherspoon, up high, ball 2. Nessie will step back out in front of home plate to deliver the baseball back to Lara on the hill. His full name, Rainy Daniel Mateo Lara. 26 years of age from the Dominican Republic. 2-0 the count. To the plate comes Lara, and Witherspoon watches a strike over the outside edge. Last season, Lara spent time between AAA, Las Vegas of the Pacific Coast League, and AA Binghamton, both of the Mets organization. He combined for 25 victories across his 2 stints, and the pitch to Witherspoon off the plate away. So a hitter's count now 3-1 to Travis. With the tying run, Ryan Dent at second base. Derek Robinson in the top of the order waiting on deck. Lara sets at the letters, looks back at Dent, and comes home 3-1. And that's outside, ball 4, a 2-out walk to Travis Witherspoon. And the Revs have 2 men on with 2 away. Before Robinson comes up, a mound visit for the Bluefish. Going out to the mound, the pitching coach, Rick Garces. And while he does that, it gives us a chance to pause for station of identification on the Revs Baseball Network.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
1-0 Bridgeport out in front here, home half of the fourth. Revs with 2 men on and 2 away. Santiago Nessi, the Bluefish catcher, out in front of home plate, directing his infield, flashing signs. As Derek Robinson in the leadoff spot gets set to hit in an RBI opportunity. Tying run at second, go-ahead run at first. As Lara sets on the mound, and the pitch to Robinson. First pitch swing, he pops it up sky high, first base side. Calling for it is Burrows, camping under it, waiting for it to come down. It finally does. He gloves it, and the Siders are retired. A hit and 2 men left. We head to the 5th at Peoples Bank Park. 1-0 Bridgeport on 1350 WOYK.
Did you know that Shipley Energy can take care of all your energy needs? From heating oil and propane to providing your home with electricity and natural gas. We also provide heating and air conditioning service and installation. All of your energy needs are under one roof at Shipley Energy. To learn more, visit shipleyenergy.com. Call 855-4SHIPLEY and don't forget to ask about our $100 rebate. Shipley Energy, energy for life.
The puck drops here.
He shoots and scores!
Sports Radio 1350, your home for Hershey Bears hockey.
Christian Thomas, a highlight reel move!
And the Washington Capitals.
Rebound score!
Defending the Den and rocking the red all season. Catch the Bears and the Caps on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Dream big for less with a first mortgage or home equity loan from First Capital Federal Credit Union. Our competitive rates and terms make it so easy to purchase a new home or refinance your existing home. Either way, we've got you covered. Plus, our home equity loans with rates as low as 3.99% APR for 120 months give you the spending power you need for remodeling, education, you name it. For more information, visit us online at firstcapitalfcu.com. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
Revs down a run in the 5th. Logan Williamson back to work. He went 5 his last time out against Somerset. That his longest outing of the year. He's been efficient so far, and he will face 8-9-1 in the Bridgeport order. Santiago Nessi, Osni Guillen, and then Luis Hernandez at the top. Revs have stranded 7 base runners in the first 4 innings of play. Nessi digs in from the right side against the lefty. Williamson, pitch on the way, and he grounds it sharply to third. Pounds knocks it down with his chest, gathers, and throws across in time to get Nessi. A nice recovery by Brian Pounds for out number 1. Really nice job getting his chest over top of the ball, keeping it in front of him. And then a strong throw across. It helped that he had the catcher running. So here comes Osni Guillen. We mentioned that Burros and Cayaspo are first and third respectively in terms of hitting in the league. Guillen not far behind them. He's 5th. And the first pitch to Osni, watched over for strike 1. A .338 average for the right fielder coming into play. Guillen up a couple times on base yesterday, but just walks. And a one-strike delivery on the way, high and tight. He bends back out of the way of that offering. A ball and a strike to count. Osni, the son of Azigian, former manager, pitch on the way, 1-1. It misses outside. Osni spent 2 seasons in the Frontier League playing in Normal, and then last year was in the American Association with Sioux Falls. The 2-1 pitch on the way. Reached for and fouled off towards the on-deck circle, where Hernandez is waiting to hit next. Last year with Sioux Falls, Guillen, a 241 average, 2 home runs, 21 runs knocked in 67 games. Revs playing him the opposite way, and the pitch from Williamson hit high in the air, straight away center field. Playing him perfectly was Witherspoon, and he reaches up to glove it for out number 2. So 5 in a row now retired by the Revs left-hander, and that brings the top of the lineup back to bat, and Luis Hernandez, who's 1 for 2. Hernandez adjusts the batting gloves before digging back in. Trying to slow the pace of this inning as Williamson has retired the first 2 hitters with ease. The first pitch to Hernandez just off the outside edge, ball 1. Hernandez a single in the first, a ground out in the third. And the 1-ball pitch on the way. High fly ball straight away left field. Now Robinson coming towards the line, still coming, and it's a foul ball. That one had some serious hook to it, as Hernandez got around it. And fortunately for Robinson and the Revs, it kept hooking foul. Robinson tosses it into the seats. Hernandez back to the batter's box. Luis out of Quibor, Venezuela. 5'10". He stands in from the right side. The pitch on the way. Breaking ball, bends over the outside edge, but doesn't get the call from home plate umpire Bill Reuter. Two balls and a strike. 2 men down in the 5th. Williamson kicks and fires, and he just misses below the knees. Close pitch again, and it's 3-1. The 3-1 pitch on the way, outside ball 4. It scoots away out of the glove of Allen, who peeks over his shoulder as he goes to the backstop to retrieve it. Hernandez stays put at first base. And a 2-out base runner for the Bluefish. Bridgeport, a 12-10 record coming into play. They've won the first 2 games of this series, after losing the last 2 in a doubleheader to Somerset. Jose Cuevas to the plate now, the third baseman. And Williamson checks first and comes home to Cuevas. It's a fastball outside. 2016 was an interesting year for the Bluefish. A poor first half, 30-40, but then they rebounded in the second half, going 36-34. The 1-0 pitch on the way, inside, and jumping back and out of the way of it was Cuevas, who's 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. So ultimately, the Bluefish finished 4th in the Liberty Division, 66-74. But right now, in second place in the early going. The 2-0 pitch on the way, lined sharply, foul, third base side. Fortunately, it caught an empty seat as the kids down the third base line scramble for it. Once again, these Bluefish hitters well out in front of the offerings from Williamson. We'll see if he goes with that changeup that's been effective for him. Allen set up away the 2-1 pitch. He does, and it's fought off foul first base side. The count even at 2-2. 1-0 Bridgeport in the fifth. Hernandez leads from first. Tejeda holding him on. Williamson set on a sign. Runner goes, the 2-2 pitch, reach for and bounce back over Williamson at the mound. Dent fields the strong throw to first in time to get Cuevas and retire the side. A walk and one man left. We head to the home half of the fifth. Halfway home from Peoples Bank Park, it's 1-0 Bluefish on 1350 WOYK.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32,000. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6,000 to $8,000. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car, brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Nurturing imagination, creativity, and innovation since 1990, Creative York is a non-profit art center located in historic downtown York, featuring 3 art galleries, pottery studios, art classes for all ages, and several community outreach programs, such as their award-winning Art in the Parks program. Registration is currently open for summer art discovery camps, and don't miss their Chili Bowls ice cream fundraiser on June 17th. For more information, visit them online at creativeyork.org.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Matt President welcoming you back to Peoples Bank Park. 1-0, the Bluefish out in front of the Revolution. Home half of the fifth. For the Revs, it'll be Angel Franco, Isaias Tejeda, and Michael Burgess, 2, 3, and 4 in the order, as they face Rainey Lara. Franco stands in from the left side, shows bunt, pulls back, and takes the ball upstairs. 1-0. A defensive change to tell you about for the Bluefish, a new right fielder. It's Darby Myers entering the game for Osni Guillen. They've played with the same lineup the entire series until this point. And the 1-0 pitch on the way, chopped towards first, the one hop for Burrows. He takes it to the bag unassisted for out number 1. So I'm not sure what happened with Guillen. He did fly out to center field in the last half inning. But Myers now making his first appearance in the series. He has good speed for them. We saw the Bluefish steal 3 bases in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday, equaling their season high. Tejeda in there now, and the first pitch to him, a fastball for a strike outside corner at the knees. So 0-1 the count to Isaias. 0 for 1 with a walk in the ball game. 7-game hit streak on the line. Lara winds and fires, and the pitch is a breaking ball off the outside edge. Count even at a ball and a strike. Lara, as we mentioned, spent all 7 years prior to Bridgeport in the Mets organization. He was a two-time pitcher of the year with Savannah in the South Atlantic League. The pitch on the way, and that's off the outside edge. 2-1 the count. Tejeda, patient, in between pitches, digging in, right foot first, staring out at Lara, now the left. As Lara gets his sign, hands at the belt, kicks and deals, and it's a fastball just off the outside edge. That's the spot he's been working all evening long. It's really not a mystery at this point. It's just whether or not Revs hitters can wait back and go that way with it. Hitters count for Tejeda, 3-1, the pitch on the way. And he takes up and in, ball 4, a one-out walk. And for Lara, that's his 6th walk of the ball game. So the Revs would like to make him pay for his control difficulties here tonight. They've stranded 7 runners through 4 innings. As Burgess will dig in. Lara from the stretch, and the pitch to Burgess. A chopper to second. Cayaspo turns to second one. The return throw to first. It's a double play. 4-6-3. First pitch swinging was Burgess, and it's a quick 5th inning for the Revs. We head to the 6th here at Peoples Bank Park. 1-0 Bridgeport on 1350 WOIK.
Come on, Colin Cowherd.
I'm not saying Steph's not fantastic, but should also be noted with Steph. Broke his wrist in college. He's hurt again. You know who's never hurt when you need him? LeBron. We put a list together of guys who have been hurt and have missed crucial time in the NBA. It is virtually everybody not named LeBron James.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
I'm blowing everything up. We're starting
weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
I just like to say that y'all rock, man.
We're going to watch somebody lose millions of dollars right in front of us here. So every time there would be a draft pick taken, you'd go to Tunsil, you could see him sweating. And then there's even more information coming out. His agent's trying to call all of these teams that are in the top 10, top 15. It got crazy last night.
Dan Patrick.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Logan Williamson back out there for the 6th. It'll be his longest outing of the season. He's allowed just 1 run on 4 hits through 5 frames. And now we'll face the heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5, Cayaspo, Burros, and Galvez. So switch hitter Cayaspo batting right, and lefty kicks and deals, and it's a 2-seamer that catches the outside edge, strike 1. That pitch has been very effective for Williamson. He's mostly worked it back over the inside corner, this time going outside. And the 0-1 pitch hit high in the air, deep left field. Cayaspo has a home run. A no-doubter down the left field line. The 2nd run of the ball game. And Cayaspo, a home run. Back-to-back days. Going deep in the 1st inning yesterday against Tyrell Harris.
Well, I don't know where he played last year. It wasn't anywhere in the U.S. or anything, and he didn't surface until Winter League, but he has really come into the Atlantic League early this year and impressed for the former big league vet. Swinging a hot bat.
So in steps Sean Burris, another hot bat. And the first pitch from Williamson, right there, strike one. Williamson ready, the 0-1 pitch on the way, and Burrows grounds it to the right side, ranging over is Franco. The bad hop, he fields, but the throw is late. Williamson doing a nice job to back up Tejeda over there at first base. Good range by Franco, but a really tough play, and Burrows hustling down the line, beats it out for an infield hit.
The start of this inning notwithstanding, a lot has gone right for the Revs tonight. Logan Williamson's been really good. They've drawn 6 walks offensively. They just haven't been able to find more than 2 hits to back those walks up at the plate and turn those into runs.
Galvez the batter now. First pitch from Logan, just off the inside edge. The homer by Caspo, his 3rd of the season, and the 2nd in as many games. The 1-0 pitch fouled off first base side. Galvez 0 for 1. Also a sacrifice bunt, moving Caspo and Burrows up in the 4th. Both runners were stranded, thanks to the fielder's choice when Tejeda came to the plate. Pitch on the way from Williamson, and that misses inside. 2-1 the count.
And he made 2 excellent plays in a row at first base.
One coming in, one in foul territory going out, and the pitch on the way is rolled over, a slow grounder, third base side, and Pounds will let it roll foul before picking it up and tossing it to the headman, Luis Rodriguez, in the third base coach's box. Two and two the count now. Williamson up to 83 pitches on the evening. It looks like we're going to get our first action down there in the Revs right field bullpen. Williamson set at the belt, checks Burrows, and now comes home. And it's popped up right field and shallow. Burgess doesn't see it. Franco going out to help, and it's going to fall in front for a base hit. Burgess picks it up, and now he'll toss it back in. He never saw it off the bat, and it's a bad luck single.
Well, Revs have been hurt in a variety of ways here early this season. That's the first time that's happened, but that's kind of indicative of the rough stretch that they're on. And if you're Williamson, now the focus is don't let that compound. You pitched a great 5 innings tonight. That solo home run, you can live with that as a starter, but you got to avoid the big inning here.
So here comes Fields, lefty on lefty. Infield looking for the double play ball on the first pitch. Line drive, picked on a hop by Tejeda. He'll fire to second, and no return throw as Williamson was late getting over. But a fantastic play by Tejeda at first base. Picked it on the short hop and gets the runner going first to second. Galvis there as Burrows moves up to third with 1 man down.
Man, he looks like he's played there his whole life. And the reason he's able to make the transition from catcher is his athleticism, and he's shown it at least 3 times tonight. 2 really good plays, and that was spectacular. The reaction time, the backhand pick on a short hop on a hard hit ball, that stole a hit. And he's becoming a really good first baseman right in front of our eyes. He works hard at it too, Matt. We see him during pregame. He puts in a lot of time over there at first base.
Well, we have 2 visits going on. One is from Fletch at the mound, the other from the trainer of the Bluefish over there at first base, checking on Fields. The last thing Bridgeport needs is another injury. Talking to the skipper Rodriguez before the game, he said, well, we only really got 9, just have to pray that we keep those 9 healthy. All we can do is send those guys out there. Chase Hutchinson getting loose for the Revs in their right field bullpen as they continue to check out Fields, who's now going to jog up and down the first base line.
I don't know what they would do if he can't go. And did you see anything with Guillen for him to come out?
I
did. Myers to go in?
No, it was an interesting situation because I saw nothing. He flew out to center field, didn't run the bases. But Myers, the first man off the bench in the series for Luis Rodriguez. And Fields is going to stay in the game. It looks at first. Maybe not.
Oh, my.
Would they put a pitcher in?
Might have to. I mean, evidently Hill must be banged up for Nessie to have caught both games yesterday. He'd be the only other one, and would imagine if he didn't catch one of those 2 games, he must really not be available.
And get this, Chris Rierick, the starter from yesterday, is going to come in and run. Yesterday, Rierick in game 1 tossed 4 2/3 innings. And now here in game 3 of the series, will pinch run at first base and likely stay in the ball game. Where, I'm not sure, because Fields has really covered a ton of ground out in center field. Brian Pounds might be breathing a sigh of relief as we speak. Pitch to the batter, Abreu, fought off foul first base side.
Rierick did play a little outfield the other night, from what we're told also. They've been in this situation for a few days. And I would think that with Myers' speed, he'd go to center, Rierick would go to right, but we'll see what they do.
The 0-1 pitch on the way, and Abreu hits it well down the left field line, hooking towards the corner and just foul. You mentioned Rierick playing right field. There was some concern that he might not be able to go game 1 based on his time out there, making a couple hard throws in, but his skipper, Luis Rodriguez, said he was ready to go, and the pitch on the way to Abreu off the outside corner. In fact, when I talked to Rodriguez about that, he said that Rierick bounced back and looked like Luis Tion. He was throwing batting practice before he went out and started. The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch is not to the plate, but instead a toss to first, and Rierick back in easily. 1 away, top of the 6th. 2-0, the Bluefish out in front. They have runners at the corners, and Abreu at the plate. The 1-2 pitch from Williamson, reached for and driven the other way down the right field line this time, but also foul.
If I'm not mistaken, Rierick might have been up here doing Bluefish radio last night too, because Mike, our counterpart, had a player in with him, and I thought it might have been the game 1 starter. So he's literally done it all.
Versatility on and off the field. The 1-2 to Abreu again, and he fights it foul, first base side. The 90th pitch of the night for Logan Williamson. Burroughs, the runner at third, he singled. Rierick at first, pinch running for Fields, who reached on a fielder's choice. The 1-2 again to Abreu, breaking ball, fly to right field. Burgess charging in, still coming towards the line. Burgess runs it down. Tagging at third is Burroughs, the throw to the plate, and Burroughs retreats to third base. A good throw by Michael Burgess. And Sean Burroughs thinks better of it, stays at third base with 2 men down.
Yeah, Burgess blessed with a good arm.
And Fields going to the clubhouse. He's walking down the left field line accompanied by the trainer. So after departing from the base paths, he's going to head back for further evaluation.
Revs in right field always have a good arm out there. Jared Mitchell possesses one, and Burgess, who has had an interest in pitching at some point, certainly does as well.
2 down, runners still at the corners. Here's Nessie. The first pitch from Williamson, down and in, ball 1. Logan trying to get out of the 6th. And the 1-ball pitch on the way. A check swing by Nessie on a pitch outside. No swing, says Chris Engstrand at first base. Williamson last year taking a year off from baseball, working for a building supply company down in Pensacola, Florida. I think for him it was just trying to get that confidence boost off the field that once his baseball career was over, he could still be successful elsewhere, and I think that's something that goes through the heads of many of these guys who've been playing since high school, haven't really had to do much else. A good experience for Logan, but he said he still felt like he had too much left to give to the game, so he's back here and pitching well. And the 2-0 on the way, hit well, left center field. Back goes Witherspoon, still going back, looking up, it's gone. A 3-run home run from Santiago Nessie. Second home run of the inning, and it's a 5-0 Bluefish lead.
Now what a shame. That'll spoil start from Williamson. That the first 5 innings were terrific. Just 2 mistakes in the inning. The solo shot you could live with, but this one's a backbreaker. And where did Nessie come from? He came in yesterday hitting 158. Now has 5 RBIs in this series.
First pitch to Guillen, bunted foul off up the first baseline. Darby, I should say, taking Guillen's spot. So another righty in the lineup to face the lefty Williamson. Pitch on the way to Darby, again showing bunt. This time he pulls back, it's down and in, and skips past Allen. A ball and a strike to count. So Guillen flied out in the 5th. Now the pitch to Darby, fouled straight back, and then Darby came in the next half inning as a defensive replacement, so the injury bug continuing to bite the Bridgeport Bluefish.
I don't think he's 100% either, and that might be why he bunted the first couple of pitches.
It's a 1-ball and 2-strike count. Williamson home to Darby, and Darby lifts it in the air, left center field, coming on Robinson towards the gap. He lays out, and did he grab it? No, it's in and out of his glove. A great effort by Robinson. Witherspoon fires it back in to hold Darby to a single.
The Revs just cannot buy a break right now. Great effort from Robinson, who very nearly got there. But unfortunately, in this inning, they did give the Bluefish an extra out. Bridgeport has made the Revs pay dearly.
Mark Mason out of the first base dugout, and he has made a move. So Chase Hutchinson will enter for the Revs. Logan Williamson departs. Really strong through 5 innings, fell victim to the long ball here in inning number 6. We will step aside as Hutchinson warms. Revs trail at 5-0 on 1350 WOYK.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The puck drops here.
He shoots and scores!
Sports Radio 1350, your home for Hershey Bears hockey.
Oh, Jacob Marana! He wins the race!
Bringing the American Hockey League's most storied franchise to York's first radio station.
The veteran swings it out front. He scores! Chris Clark puts it on goal!
The Bears play here. Hershey Bears hockey on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Maple Donuts called to the bullpen. Chase Hutchinson in for the Revs, taking over for Logan Williamson, who works 5 2/3. Gives up 5 runs on 9 hits. Darby at first, his responsibility on a great effort in left field by Robinson. He just could not make the sliding catch, and Hernandez, the leadoff hitter, in now, and takes a strike from Hutchinson, the lefty, right down the middle. So from one lefty to another, Hutchinson with his white spikes on the hill, kicks and comes home, and it's a fastball down and in. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Williamson looked really good through the first 5 innings. Just 1 run across and then a leadoff home run to Cayaspo started the inning, where Bridgeport has put up 4. The pitch from Hutchinson popped up, shallow right field, coming on Burgess, going out the second baseman, and it's Franco calling and making the play just onto the grass to retire the side. So Hutchinson comes on and gets the first man he faces to end the frame, but the Bluefish do plate 4, courtesy of 2 home runs, a solo shot by Cayaspo, a 3-run bomb by Nessie, and they lead it 5-0 heading to the home half of the 6th on 1350 WOIK.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Hey Revs fans, get points for great rewards just by supporting your team through the new Revolution Rewards program. Use the new York Revolution app to receive and earn points for ballpark food, store discounts, stadium tours, and more. Available through the Apple and Google Play stores, the York Revolution app also features team news and exclusive content, contests and promotions for Revolution prizes, online ticket purchases, live game streaming, and more. Download the York Revolution app today. Free stuff by supporting your team? That's Revs time.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
The radio home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Defensive changes to tell you about for the Bluefish. We mentioned Chris Rierick. Yesterday night's Game 1 starter came in as a pinch runner for Fields. Darby Myers moves from right field to center field, and Rierick is in right. So he's the 3rd right fielder on the evening for Bridgeport, but they do lead by 5. Joel Guzman, Luis Allen, Brian Pounds due up for the Revs in the home 6th. Lara's still on, and he kicks and fires, and Joel watches a strike on the outside edge. Joel 0 for 1, walked in the first. And the 1-strike delivery from Lara. Joel watches it again, in there for strike 2. So Guzman quickly in the hole. Infield back, outfield straightaway. And this 2-strike pitch from Lara. And he lays off this one that bounces in over the outside edge. Lara deals 1 and 2, and Guzman spoils it. Out of play right side. So Lara now up to 82 pitches on the evening. working in the 6th. Guzman batting .246, pitch on the way, swing and a miss. He was out in front of that one and could not hold up. And he set down on strikes to begin the 6th. There's out number 1.
Now, only the second strikeout for Lara tonight. He's had most of these hitters putting the ball in play, but one common theme, that Revs have stranded 7 tonight. Each of the first 5 innings, they've made the final out by swinging at the first pitch and putting it in play.
Luis Sala, the batter now, takes a pitch down and away, ball 1. Speaking of guys who put the ball in play, Luis Allen yesterday struck out for just the first time this season. A guy who over the course of his career has walked more than he's struck out. The 1-ball pitch on the way, and Allen lifts it in the air straight away center field, a chance for Myers in center. And he backs up and gloves it for out number 2. On the WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report, Chris Cody has been throwing. He said it's frustrating, but moving in the right direction. No timetable on him. Alonzo Harris out with the oblique, could be as much as 3 weeks. And Jackson Federle still day-to-day, as tired as ever. 2 down for Brian Pounds. The first pitch, fastball, doubts the outside edge, 0-1.
I have a headache. Does that count?
Darrell Henry also day-to-day. 0-1 to Pounds. Pitch on the way, and he grounds it towards third, but it's foul. Picking up in foul territory was Cuevas, as he hands it to a fan in the first row. Fields in center had been playing Pounds the opposite way, but Myers really shifting over towards the right center gap. The 0-2 to Pounds, fastball up and away. Brian lays off, and it's 1-2. 2 flyouts for Pounds on the day, 1 to center and 1 to right. Once again, Chris Rierick, the pitcher, into the game in right field. The 1-2 to Pounds, breaking ball, and he pops it up. Left field. Could he have a flyout to all 3 outfield positions? He does, as Galvez gloves it to retire the side. A 3-up, 3-down inning for Rainey Lara. And we head to the 7th. Darrell Henry will take you home. Revs trail at 5-0 on the Revs Baseball Network.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Dustin Hawkinsworth with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. and after Revs games for the Keystone Kickoff Show. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK for the Keystone Kickoff Show. Brought to you locally by your neighborhood SureSave Markets.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
I just like to say that y'all rock, man.
Let's bring in Randy Johnson. Randy, what do you remember about that home run swing?
From what I recall, it was a majestic home run. I mean, McGuire-like. So I got one of them in the book, and that was enough. So just wanted to kind of know what it felt like and what I was giving up all those years. And so, yeah, pretty cool thing.
Dan Patrick. Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 7, 5-0 Bridgeport, the lead. Chase Hutchinson will stay on. He got the final out of the 6th inning. His last time out, he had been off the mound for about a week, but Tuesday night at Long Island, he came in to face 2 lefties and carved those 2 up, finishing the 7th in a 1-run lead. Back in here to face Jose Cuevas leading off the 7th. First pitch is right there for a strike. Cuevas was trying to toss a foul ball to some kids behind the screen during the pitching change, and he underhanded it straight up about 3 times and couldn't get it over. Here's a swing and a miss, a change up, foul tip actually.
Well, that takes a very special trajectory to get it over the netting and into just the first row.
Eventually he found a helpful usher to get those youngsters the baseball. Yeah, just watch the whenever we do frisbee tosses. This is a backdoor slider attempt, but it missed down and away. It is difficult to get the projectile up and over the net. Cuevas 0 for 3 tonight. Hutchinson with the 1-2, swinging a bounce foul, third base side. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Bridgeport. 0-2 and 0 for York. That's just have not been able to piece any hits together to support the 6 walks that they've gotten tonight. Hutchinson ready with the 1-2. And a backdoor slider struck him out looking. Cuevas throws his hands up. Hutchinson gets the K, and 1 down in the 7th. The 6 walks for the offense do tie a season best. Here's Alberto Callaspo, who's 1 for 2. Homer last inning, his second in as many nights. Also a walk. First pitch is down and in, made him move his feet. Callaspo with almost 1,100 major league games played. Diamondbacks, Royals, Angels, A's, Braves, and Dodgers. And he has a Revs tie as well. Pitch is down and away, 2-0. 2015, his last season in the big leagues. It started with the Braves. He was traded in late May of that year to the Dodgers in a deal that sent Juan Uribe and Chris Witherow to Atlanta. There's a fastball in for a strike. One of the 3 players that went from the Braves to the Dodgers with him was Ian Thomas, former Revs reliever who then made his big league debut with Atlanta a couple of years later. There's a ball down and in, 3-1. Callaspo now 34 years old, native of Maracay, Venezuela. He played for a Winter League team in his hometown this past year. 3-1, and it misses high and away. First base runner against Hutchinson tonight, who retired his first 2. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Image 360, Yingling's Ice Cream, Highmart, Isaacs, Sheets, Ace Distributing, and Stambaugh Plumbing and Heating. Here's Sean Burrows, 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored. And the first pitch, swing and a foul out of play, left side. He's now hitting .398. Sheesh. There is an amazing article that Jim Capel of ESPN.com wrote on Burrows several years back. Hutchinson delivers, and a half swing on a pitch in. Did he? He did on the appeal out towards second. He had walked away from the game for 3 years, and he'd really hit rock bottom, as he put it. He'd struggled with substance abuse and had fallen badly out of shape. There's the 0-2, and it breaks outside. But he made the decision to come back and get clean, and had a tryout with Arizona for spring training in 2011, made the AAA team, and within a month of the season beginning, he was back in the majors, played in the postseason for the Diamondbacks that year. Pitch is swung on, bounce to second. Franco steps up, gloves, tags Callaspo, and dumps it off to first for the double play. Callaspo stopped halfway trying to draw Franco's attention, but he had time to get to him and complete the twin killing. No runs, no hits, nobody left. 7th inning stretch, Revs trail the Bluefish 5-0.
Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers quality material handling equipment and services. Along with a full line of Unicarriers and Komatsu forklifts, you'll find Genie aerial lifts, IPC Eagle floor scrubbers, and Penalift loading dock equipment. Mid-Atlantic can provide rentals, pre-owned equipment, service, and replacement parts for most makes. When you need the best for your business, call Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438, or online at MidAtlanticIndustrial.com.
Can't get enough of the birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local and national sports. The Big Sports Talker also has you covered with news throughout the day. Catch statewide updates on news and sports from Radio PA. Stock reports with Your Money Now, mornings and afternoons. And national news updates every hour from Westwood One. Stay up to date while getting your sports fix all day. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
I don't know if I've ever seen a stat line like this. Rainey Lara goes 6 scoreless, 2 hits, walks 6, strikes out only 2, leaves with a 5-0 lead, and former big leaguer Manny Del Carmen takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. 89 pitches, 47 strikes, 42 balls for Lara. Ryan Dent will lead things off. First pitch is over for a strike. The 8 and 9 hitters with the only hits for the Revs tonight. Dent doubling in the 4th, Witherspoon doubling in the 2nd. And Del Carmen the pitch, breaking ball up and in. Dent has hit it hard both times, lined out to deep center and then roped a double into left center. He hustled it out, got dirty, beat the throw. 1-1. Fastball missed away. Del Carmen has struggled in here with a 5-0 lead. 0-1 in 8 games and 8.22 ERA. Pitch, and it misses up and out. 7 2/3 innings, 8 runs, 7 earned, 13 hits. Couple homers, 5 walks, opponents hitting .361. 3-1, and it's in the dirt. Dent with the leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll pause for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
The leadoff man on the season-high 7th walk taken by the Revs offense. Here's Witherspoon, who has doubled and walked. And the first pitch, fastball, strike called on the outer edge. Even on a normal night for an offense that is not going that well, 7 walks, you'd figure you'd have a handful of runs out of it. There's the 0-1, and a swing and a ball beaten foul at the plate. The other time they had 6 walks in a game, they scored 7, but lost 8-7. Back on May 1st against Long Island. Del Carmen stretches and fires, missed in the dirt. Nessie blocks it. It's a lot riding on his shoulders here this week with Hill not available, the veteran Atlantic League catcher who we figured would be the starter, but Nessie has been good behind the plate, great at the plate.
A lot on his shoulders, probably more on his knees.
Yeah, no kidding. Here's the 1-2, and a breaking ball low. He blocks another one. Del Carmen now 35 years old. He's from Boston and drafted by Boston, second-round pick in 2000. Pitched 6 years in the majors in relief. The first 6 of the, well, parts of all 6 of those with the Red Sox, and then finished up briefly with the Rockies his final year in the majors, which was 7 years ago. Pitch to Witherspoon. Oh, great pick by Nessie on a fastball in the dirt. Made a backhand pick on it. It is now 3-2 on Witherspoon. Del Carmen was a setup man in the majors. The Red Sox World Series team in 07, he had an ERA right around 2 in 44 games. Now delivers, and a swing and a miss. Fastball down and away, and he got Witherspoon to reach and hack after it. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. And back to the top of the order, and Derek Robinson. Robinson 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. First pitch is right there for a strike. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Lancaster up big. There's the 0-1, and that's in the dirt, blocked again. Bottom of the 6th in Sugar Land, Barnstormers up 11-3. They put up 8 on the Skeeters, winning last night. Long Island and New Britain have yet to start due to rain, but they are going to play a late one at New Britain Stadium tonight. It's the 1-1, fastball taken low. Doubleheader in Waldorf. Somerset an 8-2 win in the first game at Southern Maryland, and they lead 1-0 in the 4th in Game 2. Saw the news where Steve Lombardozzi was called up, former Blue Crab. Pitch here, grounded back to Del Carmen. Gloves it, fires to second. They turn a 1-6-3. Del Carmen reaching to his left, made the stab on the sharp comebacker, and the Revs have hit into their 3rd double play of the night. That ties a season high. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Lombardozzi was called up by the Marlins, by the way, to finish that thought. We go to the 8th. Bridgeport with the lead, 5-0.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Cleveland's had the Indians. Cleveland's had the Browns. Notice I went down with my voice. Yeah. Do you hear the way I'm talking about the Browns? Now here come the Cavs. Is this it? Could this be the time that LeBron does take the land to the promised land? Is this the time?
Is this the button that plays? The Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Nurturing imagination, creativity, and innovation since 1990, Creative York is a non-profit art center located in historic downtown York featuring 3 art galleries, pottery studios, art classes for all ages, and several community outreach programs such as their award-winning Art in the Parks program. Registration is currently open for summer art discovery camps, and don't miss their Chili Bowls ice cream fundraiser on June 17th. For more information, visit them online at creativeyork.org.
This is Dustin Hawkinsworth with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. and after Revs games for the Keystone Kickoff Show. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK for the Keystone Kickoff Show. Brought to you locally by your neighborhood SureSave Markets.
The Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 8th, Jared Martin will take over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Hutchinson goes an inning and a third scoreless. Revs trailed 5-0. Don't let the 5 fool you on it. How Logan Williamson pitched tonight. His first 5 innings were brilliant. And in the 6th inning, 3 of the 4 runs that inning came after they really should have been out of the inning. There was a fly ball lost in the twilight up above the lights, but that will not be an error. So unfortunately for him, those runs will be charged to his line. But he really was impressive in his first home start since that calf injury. Here is Jonathan Galvez, who takes strike 1 from Martin, who hits the gun at 93. Galvez 1 for 2, a bloop hit, and that was the hit. A pop-up hit that was lost. Sack bunt as well. And a slider in at the knees, a called strike. Galvez thought it was below the knees and has a few words. And here comes their first base coach. Fashionably late. 0-2, swinging a foul tip, bouncing straight back. Martin, some of the filthiest stuff from a left-hander that you'll see. Mace believes he's got the best left-handed bullpen in the league. 0-2 again, and it misses down and away. Martin, no record in 9 games, an ERA of 2. 1 save, which was in his last outing Tuesday at Long Island. Closed it in the 10th. Pitch, and that's in the dirt. For Martin, 9 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, but only 2 earned. 5 walks and 9 Ks. He was kind enough to join us on pregame this past week. He said it himself that he has been blessed with the ability to throw hard. Here's a swing and a foul down the right field side. And in his career, he'd be able to rely on the velocity to get him out of predicaments, but what he really wants to harness is better command to take his career to a next level. Still only 27. He fires, and a fly ball to right. Burgess backs up, and circling in front of the track, he's got room, makes the grab, 1 down. Martin was progressing as he should have been until a shoulder injury that robbed him of almost the entire 2015 season. Last year in the Can-Am League, just wanted to get some innings, get back on the map, and this season, the best he's felt since before that injury. And here's Chris Rierick, who gets to, as a left-hand hitter, face maybe the nastiest lefty in the league. Martin out of the stretch, fires and misses down low. And Rierick, only 2 professional at-bats, 0 for 2. And Allen got the worst of that pitch in the dirt. He needs to walk it off. And Rierick, as far as we can tell on Baseball Reference or anywhere, never has played the field. But I'm sure coming up in youth baseball, they all do it. They're all the best athletes on their team and all of that, but not in the pros, he hasn't. Next one yanked down and away. That'll end up at the screen, 2-0. Allen a little walk in front of the plate and a reminder to Martin to just hit the glove. (2-0), and that missed down low. Well, 2 at-bats for Rierick before this season. He's 0 for 3 at the plate, but has put it in play twice. Only 1 strikeout. 3-0, and it's inside, and now he's on base for the first time in his career, a 1-out walk. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Hatfield, York Water Company, Brickers, Pizza Box and Hoagie Shop, York Volkswagen, and Penn State York. Here's Tony Abreu, the DH, 1 for 3, an RBI single in the second. Second night in a row that he's given them the first run of the game on a base hit. First pitch is across for a strike. Fastball popping in at 93. 0-1. And a swing and a miss. Blew that one by him. Went in with that 93. Abreu, the K-man tonight. So Martin trying to dish up some Moz sticks here. The 0-2. And he missed down low. Ready, and the pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. A slider and Moz sticks will be served up for the first time this season here tonight. 2 down here in the top of the 8th. Our friends at Rudders have to get those ovens ready. 2 down, here's Santiago Nessie, who's 1 for 3, a 3-run homer in the 6th. Potential backbreaker tonight. And first pitch fastball in for a strike. Revs trail 5-0 in the 8th. And have been held to only 2 hits. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Well, Billy Bean believes that walks are the same as hits, but the idea would be to have some of each in the same game. Revs with 7 walks, only 2 hits. And there's a slider and a called third strike. Martin makes quick work of Nessie, and Rierick was running on the pitch. Martin had not looked at him. He would have had second stolen. But Nessie down looking. Scoreless top of the 8th. Martin leaves 1 runner. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 5-0 Bridgeport lead.
Kids today, with Facebook, texting, TV, and video games, seems like fresh air and sunshine are things of the past. Remember playing catch, climbing trees, wholesome backyard fun? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care remembers, give them lush grass, healthy trees, the good old outdoors. American is baseball and apple pie. Kids have every reason to stay inside. Don't let your lawn be one of them. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, world-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great Best Jet products from your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party platters with $18.93 deli items. Best Jet hot dogs go great with Best Jet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple Best Jet Rising Crust pizzas with 12 packs of Best Jet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with Best Jet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Lefty Brian Moran, the new pitcher for Bridgeport. 6'3" southpaw takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Revs down 5-0 in the 8th. Angel Franco to lead off. And he'll bat from the right side of the plate now. 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch is across for a strike. This is the 700th regular season game in People's Bank Park history. And so far, not going the home team's way. 0-1. And a swing and a foul tip behind the plate. Moran has struggled even more so than Del Carmen. Del Carmen, though, is scoreless 7th. Moran in 5 games, 4 1/3 innings, 5 runs, ERA north of 10 early in the year, but he does have 8 strikeouts in 4 1/3. Now the pitch, and up high off Nessie's glove and on back. Tomorrow, a 1 o'clock start. We'll be on at 12:40. A happy early Mother's Day. There's the 1-2. And a swing and a ground ball, second base. Cayaspo's got it. Throw over to first, and there's one away here in the 8th. Well, tomorrow we've got our typical pregame autographs. Catch in the field, postgame kids run the bases. Dollar Dog Day, courtesy of Hatfield Quality Meats. Also for Mother's Day, we'll have Downtown's Mom here, and part of our Mother's Day celebration includes babies racing in the diaper derby with a chance to win a fortune in baby essentials. It's also our first Boomers Book Club Day of the year, presented by Harrisburg University. Here is Isaias Tejeda. Hit streak on the line. First pitch hook is in for a strike. He's 0 for 1 with 2 walks. And get your tickets for tomorrow at YorkRevolution.com, 801-HITS, or at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office. The Revs will next be home the following Monday. May 22nd. Pitch. And a swing and a miss. Tejeda going for Arch Street, but came up empty. Not cheated on that swing. It's 0-2, though. Moran's second year with Bridgeport. The 0-2. And that missed upstairs, and he fell. He fell onto his right side on the finish, and he tried to get up before anybody would notice. Bill Reuter stepping out to make sure he's all right. An awkward landing, and worry when you see him go down like that, but he seems to be fine. A 1-2, and a swing and a bouncer foul down to Polo at third. Moran came up in the Mariners system, made it to AAA with both Seattle and then Atlanta. And last year, after being released by the Braves, came to Bridgeport, had an ERA just north of 3 out of the bullpen. He fires, and a swing and a miss. Changeup got Tejeda, who falls to one knee on the finish. Moran fooled him, and unless the Revs get something going, that'll be his last at bat of the night. 2 down. Well, the hit streak might end unless they come back around again, but that doesn't mean that he's no longer locked in. He hit it hard earlier tonight, on base a couple of times. But what a tear in those 7 games. Here's Michael Burgess. 2 double play grounders and a hit by pitch, and the first offering hooks way outside. Catcher missing it. Moran, a former UNC Tar Heel. Mariners took him in the 7th round in 09. The 1-0. And he paints the corner, a called strike. He's got a brother, Colin Moran, who plays in the Astros system, third baseman. Pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball. His uncles are famous. Rick and B.J. Surhoff. Moran, the nephew of former Oriole fan favorite. 1-2. And a fastball a little high. Moran started to walk off but didn't get it. 2-2. Stretch and the pitch. Swing and a fly ball foul well off to the left. Tomorrow afternoon, Frank Gailey, 3-1 with a 2.14, facing Tyler Badamo of Bridgeport, who's 1-1 with a 0.00, 3 starts, no earned runs given up. One unearned run in 16 innings. Well, maybe the Revs will break out against him. There's a pitch in the dirt that goes all the way to the backstop. I mean, that's kind of how the early season has gone, right? Teams get swept at home and then go on the road and sweep somebody. Everything's been unpredictable. So why not? 3-2, and a swing and a miss. He went down low and got Burgess. It's a 1-2-3 8th inning for Moran with a couple of strikeouts. We'll go to the 9th inning, and it looks like Manny Corpus will make his return to the mound with York's season debut. Revs trail the Bluefish 5-0.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
What's the simplest, easiest, freest way to get in shape? Walking. That natural walking motion is great for almost everybody, but not every shoe is great for walking.
Flying feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes carries the shoes designed to function best, whether you're out for an invigorating stroll or you're humming along at a serious fitness pace. Walking and fitness shoes that'll do the trick, including a variety of widths and hard-to-find sizes. Walk with name brands like New Balance, Saucony, Brooks, and Accelera. For intense fitness workouts, try shoes from Asics, New Balance, Rika, Saucony, and 361. Flying Feet's selection is great, and the service is even better. With personal attention many stores are lacking. Some stores sell shoes, Flying Feet fits them. So take life in stride and do it in style with comfortable walking shoes and fitness shoes from the Sportswear Specialty Store without specialty prices. Flying Feet Sports Shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Out of the ninth, Manny Corpus takes over, just officially signed today, got to York yesterday. And his season debut, facing Darby Myers up first. First pitch, fastball, it's a called strike at 89. And Corpus, he's got the three-quarter arm angle, a lot of sink. He's got the slider. And comes out with an easy 89 out of a smooth delivery. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Myers blooped a single his only at bat. And the 0-1, swing, and he fouls it off, first base side. Corpus, the former star closer for the Rockies when they made their World Series run in 07. And his second year here with the Revs. Here's the 0-2. Drops down, and a slider frisbees away. 1-2. They knew that he was part of the plans. He wasn't able to be part of things from the beginning of the season, but now here. And they also still have Jose Arredondo under contract, expected to arrive at some point. Corpus ready, and the pitch. Breaking ball down and away. Last season, 3-1 at 2.73 ERA in 34 appearances with York. He arrived in mid-June last season. Here's the 2-2. Fastball just outside. A full count. I like his garb underneath the jersey. He's got a fluorescent orange warm-up shirt. That can be one of our colors. Why not? Here's the payoff pitch. And a swing and a foul tip squeezed. He struck him out. A slider to get Myers, and Manny Corpus, his first batter faced here in 2017. He strikes him out. One down in the ninth. Corpus from Panama, but now lives in Denver, which of course is where he really made a name for himself. Named the Rockies closer after the All-Star break in 07, which coincided with their historic run, and he was lights out. Here's Luis Hernandez, who takes low. 1 for 3, a single and a walk. They named it Rocktober. They named an entire month after that team. It's the 1-0 pitch, breaking ball, hit in the air in center. Witherspoon's got it lined up. Couple steps left, and he squeezes it 2 down. He's got 34 big league saves. His last in the majors in 2013. That run that the Rockies went on, they were 21-1 on a 22-game stretch on the way to the World Series. Corpus had 10 saves on that stretch. Here's Jose Cuevas, who's 0 for 4. And the first one bends outside, 1-0. He had 5 playoff saves, all 3 against the Phillies in the division series, 2 against the Diamondbacks in the LCS, including the clincher. There's a ball down low, 2-0. Now fires, and a breaking ball sweeps across for a strike. So along with Luis Cruz, the first 2 in-season signings. 2-1, and a breaking ball away. Bluefish with lefty Alex Burgos up in their pen. 3-1, and a fastball called strike on the outer half. Bluefish lead at 5-0 here in the 9th. Trying to take the first 3 in this series. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. 3-2 slider, and Manny Corpus picks up right where he left off. Looks like he didn't miss a beat. A 1-2-3 9th with a couple of strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Revs need a big one. They trail it 5-0.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32,000. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6,000 to $8,000. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates. For 5 years, and remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Can you sit up, little guy? There you go. What a big boy. Whoa. Every time he grabs my maple donut, it pulls him over to one side. But he keeps on grabbing at it. Whoop, there he goes again. Wait, let's see how this works. Here you go, little dude. Here's another maple donut. Can you grab it? Well, there you have it, folks. Charlie's right. A balanced baby needs a maple donut in each hand.
Maple donuts taste right.
The revolution plays here.
Play ball!
The new Sports Radio 1350.
Last chance for the Revs. They'll need a huge 9th inning, trailing 5-0, only 2 hits. Left-hander Alex Burgos, the new pitcher. He's 1-0 in 7 games, an 8.10 ERA. 6 2/3, 12 hits. Opponents hitting .375. 6 runs allowed in 6 2/3, and also 5 walks. Bluefish have the league leader in saves in David Carpenter, who got his 9th last night, and I'm sure if anything materializes, they would get him ready. Joel Guzman will lead things off. 0 for 2 with a walk. First one from the lefty is down and away. The Bluefish scored a run in the second, and then 4 in the 6th. There's the 1-0, and that missed off the plate away. Guzman, Allen, and Pounds coming up here in the bottom of the 9th. 2-0, and a called strike. Mentioned the Blue Crabs had former infielder Lombardozzi called up by the Marlins. Danny Muno starting second baseman this year, was signed by the Mariners. Here's a drive in left field. That'll be hit number 3 off the big wall, and Guzman with a long single. Right off the arch nemesis, halfway up, just above the line at the top of the manual scoreboard. And Joel hits it on the screws, a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 9th.
It's the second day in a row he's done that. Hard hit line drive, 300 feet out.
It's a little thing, unless it leads to a big inning, but maybe he's starting to get some timing. Here's Luis Allen, and he, grounds one off Burgos. Ricochets toward first, trying to beat it, and Burgos recovers underhands for the out. He chases it down. It'll go down as a simple 1-3 out in the book, but Allen ripped it back at him, has nothing to show for it. Guzman to second base with one away.
Third baseman, Brian Pounds.
Brian Pounds to the plate. Pounds 0 for 3. First pitch is just outside. I was starting toward our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard with that player note of the Blue Crabs, Muno being picked up. Southern Maryland has taken the lead on Somerset in game 2. There's a fastball away that nips off Nessie's glove, but didn't go far away. 2-0. Southern Maryland leads Somerset 3-2 in the 5th in game 2 of their doubleheader after dropping the first one 8-2. Sugarland has just put up 5 to close the gap. There's the 2-0. That's outside. Lancaster now leading at Sugarland 11-8 in the bottom of the 7th. That was supposed to be a pitcher's park, but putting up crooked numbers tonight. Now they have postponed Long Island and New Britain. Probably smart. There's a fastball for a called strike, 3-1. So they'll play 2 tomorrow in New Britain. Pitch to Pounds, way outside, and he walks. The 8th walk taken by the Revs hitters tonight. 2 on for Ryan Dent.
Shortstop, Dent.
Dent's got 1 of the 3 hits, 1 of the 8 walks. Both times he's swung it, he's hit it hard. A double in left center, a line out to deep center before that. Revs down 5-0. First pitch, he swings and lines a base hit to left. Guzman up to third, Pounds up a base. Dent is on with his second hit, and the tying run will move on deck. Travis Witherspoon coming up, trying to keep the line moving. And now David Carpenter will have to take off the jacket and begin to prep in the Bluefish bullpen. Well, the Revs had 2 hits through 8 innings. They have 2 now here in the 9th, loading the bases. A visit for signs from the catcher. And Travis Witherspoon will climb in. That's Dent's second 2-hit game. Had one on the first road trip in Southern Maryland. Burgos ready to work. Pitch to Witherspoon is outside, a changeup missing. Witherspoon tonight, double walk, strikeout. Doubled the deep right, back in the second. Well, the 1-0. And a big swing and a foul tip squeezed. Will even things up. Burgos, 5'11" lefty, born in Germany but went to school in Florida. Here's the 1-1, and it misses high and away. The 5th round pick of the Tigers in 2010. Out of junior college, made it to AAA with Detroit. Also in the Marlins and Dodgers systems. And the 2-1 missed high and away. And the Revs a pitch away potentially from bringing the tying run to the plate here in the bottom of the 9th. Still down 5-0, but on the cusp of something. Burgos ready. And the 3-1 swing, and it's beaten foul at the plate against Witherspoon's foot. Full count. A Hardy faithful remaining with it 53 degrees. They've already called off fireworks for the night. The 3-2 swing, and he got a piece. Stays alive, chipping it behind the plate. They announced that tonight's tickets could be redeemed for a future firework night. Another 3-2 swing and a bouncer to third, dropped by Cuevas, but he has time to step on third. Guzman in to score, no shutout tonight. It's a 5-1 game. Witherspoon, the RBI fielder's choice. Still need a base runner to bring the tying run up. And with 2 outs, Derek Robinson will try to keep this game alive. They're looking at Luis Rodriguez to see if he's going to go to his closer here. It is a save situation with the tying run on deck. They're going to stay with Burgos for another hitter. Carpenter leads the league with 9 already. Here's Robinson, first and second. First pitch in the dirt, bounces over toward Franco on deck. Both move up on the wild pitch. Well, this is more like it. Still need the old bloop and a blast. Robinson 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. 5-1 game here in the bottom of the 9th. And Burgos with the pitch. May missed outside, 2-0. Got to make him throw a strike here, if not 2. There's the 2-0 in the dirt. Angel Franco is on deck. And I would think if Robinson reaches, they'd go to their closer. Three balls, no strikes. Here's the lefty's pitch, and it's right down the chute, 3-1. Robinson trying to get on any way he can. 3-1. Oh, started toward first. It's a called strike in. And he'll turn and head back to the box, 3-2. Now Burgos comes back to bring this to match point. Potential strike away. Robinson trying to keep the game alive. And ready, here's the 3-2. Missed, tying away. And the Revs will bring the tying run to the plate. Here in the bottom of the ninth, here comes Luis Rodriguez. And Burgos does not get it done. They'll go to David Carpenter as he will go for his 10th save. And Angel Franco is who he will face. And if Franco can keep it alive, certainly don't need to do it on one swing. If he can keep it alive, one of the hottest hitters in the league, Tejeda, would follow. Might get him one more chance tonight. Now Carpenter coming in, pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. The 9th walk that the Revs have drawn tonight. This has been a weird game. Team record for walks in a 9-inning game is 12, so not quite to that point, but 9 is a lot. Carpenter 0-1 in 11 games at 0.87 ERA. Got his 9th save in 10 tries yesterday. Jonathan Galvez in left field looks like he might take a snooze. He's reclined against the arch nemesis. Carpenter 10 in the 3rd innings, only 5 hits, but he has given up 2 home runs. Out of those 5 hits, 4 runs, only 1 earned, 3 walks, 12 strikeouts. Franco will try to keep it going. 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. Carpenter says one more. Now the Revs have bullpen activity just in case. Carpenter, the 6'2 righty, 230. He's a horse. He's ready to go. And Franco is as well. Carpenter will take a moment with the tongue depressor out there for the cleats. Franco pounds his cleats with his bat. He's ready and now waiting on the pitcher. Carpenter is still working on his. Wipes his hands on the back of his pants and really working that dirt.
And we've talked about it a lot this series, Dale, the mud getting caught on those pitchers' cleats, and what happens is the drying agent that they use is made to soak up that water, but it clumps together, and it really makes those cleats heavy when it gets caught.
They're now ready, and Carpenter steps off, says he can't see the signs. Now asking Nessie to go through those again. Loaded with 2 outs in the 9th. First pitch, fastball, it's a strike. Revs down 4. 5-1 the score. Franco did not face Carpenter yesterday. Tejeda, though, on deck did and homered off of him. The 0-1, swinging a bouncer, right side, cut off by Burrows. Leads to Carpenter, racing to the bag, and that'll do it. 3-1 on the connection. David Carpenter comes in, throws 2 pitches, has his 10th save, and the Bluefish have won the first 3 here in York tonight, doing so by a 5-1 final. Now the Revs break up the shutout in the 9th. 1 run on 2 hits, but they leave them loaded and strand 10. For the second time in 3 games tonight, they are unable to take advantage of 9 walks from Bluefish pitching. 5-1 is your final tonight. The Revs will try to avoid a sweep tomorrow. Stay tuned. Post-game show follows next.
Donegal offers car and homeowners insurance at rates that are very competitive. So competitive that Donegal's car insurance rates are among the lowest in the state. And if you insure your car and home with Donegal, Donegal will take up to an additional 10% off their already low rates. Donegal, a better value. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Coatman Kunkel Insurance.
This is Dustin Hawkinsmith with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. and after Revs games for the Keystone Kickoff Show. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK for the Keystone Kickoff Show. Brought to you locally by your neighborhood SureSave Markets.
Can't get